start.
Avast and ahoy, g'day once again to ye mateys! I be Josh the Pirate, and it brings me 12.5 leagues of joy to welcome you once again to Roll for Damage for our Humblewood charity stream. Above me I have the hearty crew, the rambunctious Rachel Fuka, the ribald Rhythm of the Mind, the delightful Dan Swelto, the kinetic Karen Schlink, and the nifty Nikolai Kravchenko. And working furiously behind the scenes, we have Nova One and the gelatinous goober himself, Serum76. We must also shout out to the Deck of Many and the Hit Point Press, who are the minds behind this particular setting, and who donated our giveaway for this session, an advanced reader's copy of the Humblewood campaign. So you can play the game that we are running, what we are running in this world right here, this world that I am using. You can use that world as well. And it is incumbent upon me to point out that today and tomorrow's streams, the whole point is to raise money for St. Judes Childrens Research Hospital, finding cures, saving children. They do amazing work, so please hit that donate button. Any contribution, however large, is greatly appreciated. We have a lot of sponsors as well, guys, and we need to talk about them, because they're heckin' cool people and we love them. We need to talk about Wooden Forge, purveyors of WA's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories. Most of us have some of their shit. This is a beautiful wooden dice box. Yeah, they're extremely pretty and lovely. They make beautiful D&D stuff out of Australian and exotic hardwoods. They have made they've donated like $200 and something worth of gear that you could potentially win or walk away with in some manner. We can talk about Hero Forge, who have donated a bunch of minis to this. Basically, you can design and build your own mini on their website. It's tons of options, literally too many options. And then you can paint them online, and you can color them in, and you can use them to be tokens for your VTTs, or you can print the fuckers off, 3D print them, and then paint them your own self, or have them pre-printed for you. It's pretty freaking cool. Then there's Dungeon Fog. Dungeon Fog are a world-building situation, and World Anvil, also another world-building website that helps authors with their notes. Dungeon Fog are I believe a VTT, though I could be completely wrong about that one.
Yeah, you can make maps with it.
It's a map builder. That's the one. Yeah.
Shores Edge maps made with Dungeon Fog.
There you go then. Yes, they are all supporting the stream today. We also have a few others as well. It's worthy to note the affiliate link in the panels for World Anvil. Any money donated using that, any money raised using that affiliate link will be donated straight to St. Jude's, as will any money made from the use of that link. If you head on over to the DM's Guild, Nova One, our own channel runner himself, has come up with a few warlock archetypes themed for Halloween. If you purchase any of those, he will donate the proceeds to the same charity what we are using right here. So, like, comment, retweet, any of those things as well to go into the running to win an alternate cover of Fitzpan's Treasury of Dragons book. If you retweet the stuff that we've got up on Twitter, there is an awful lot of things that you could potentially walk away from. Everybody should walk away from this a winner. I certainly am, because I get to play with these cool peeps. And now, let's talk about them. The people who've decided to while away an afternoon with me. Let's go start with Karen. And guys, when you tell me who the heck you are, also tell me who the heck you're playing, because we don't know these people. These are new characters in this Humblewood world, what we are in. Karen, who the absolute heck are you?
Hi, I am Karen. I am a performer, a writer, a puppeteer. You can follow me on Twitter as Mother of Bunnies, which is also my name in chat, in case you're wondering who the hell that was. You can also follow my Instagram, Miss Lolamore, where I do a lot of keep my burlesque performing stuff over there. You can also listen to my dulcet tones that are a little hoarse today. Over on There Be Dragons cast, pups, There Be Dragons podcast. Sorry, we shouldn't cast, you get it. Where I play the terrifying Roland Westfall, and I will be playing the possibly even more terrifying and dangerous Catherine Corvamus today, who is a sorceress with a little sneaky extra thing on the side. She's a very elegant Corvum lady who dispenses magical solutions to difficult problems. and sometimes other things, like death or pain.
Good lord. Rhythm, tell me who the heck you are.
I am Rhythm in the Mind. I write Touch over at touchwebserial.com, a psychological web serial about magic and monsters and recovering from serious trauma when you happen to be 12 years old. I also run the Family We Made over at Corsair's Cove. When I'm not doing that, I'm studying psychology and keeping myself to myself.
Very well.
I don't know.
Dan, who the heck are you?
I also play Tavernish Fawkes.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, that.
that's you.
Sorry, remind us who Tavernish Fawkes is, Rhythm, and then we'll talk about Dan.
I was the Vulpin trickster who was helping to steal things from very qualified wizards who we were not even remotely qualified to go up against last time around. And here I am now going to be doing, I presume, something similar.
You don't know that. Dan, who the heck are you?
Hello, take two. It's me, Dan. I am here on Twitch chat and the Discords. You're here, so join the Roll for Damages Discord or donate or do both. Why not both? You can find me on Humblewood, which we've already just finished season finale last week, right? It's just like
That was last week. Yeah, it was Monday. It was this
oh my
week.
god.
Oh my god, it was like,
Time.
oh.
Oh my god. Anyway,
It's rough.
watch the VODs. They're out there in the universe, cyberspace. And I'm also on the Family
The
We
channel that you're
Made.
watching.
Yeah.
Yes.
Avatar Family We Made on Closest Go. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Dan will be in another Mumblewood crossover in a couple of weeks' time. Nikolai, speaking of people who've been a crossover of Humblewood today, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Nikolai, or Cossack Nico in chat. I'm just a dude that likes playing role-playing games with my friends. I do that over here on Roll for Damage and over on Corsair's Cove as well, where I play Awful Breakboo in Humblewood of Monsters and Magic. Today, though, I will be playing just a chill sunbear dude called Eli Sunspots.
And will also be appearing on Winter's Tales relatively soon.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Or our title of our Academy characters.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
I did not
excited.
mention all the games I'm in coming up. There's too many. It would take too
We'll
long.
do that at the end. Rachel, who the heck are you?
Hello, my name is Rachel Foucault. I'm a writer, actor, and creative trash at large. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Foucault, and you can find the book that I wrote, The Rings of Mars, right here on this very internet. It's a sci-fi adventure situation, and it doesn't suck, so you should read it. And today, I will be playing Freddie Minnelli. She's a peacock bard that just wants to spread joy and art and music and just loves life.
Cool. I was going to ask the gender of Freddie Minnelli, but now I'm glad I don't have to. And I
Well,
No, either way. I was just like, I'm fine with whatever.
Freddie-
But
Freddie is a genderless being. They do not care how you refer to them, so long as you do so frequently and with high praise.
fair enough.
Like Freddy already.
Yeah,
Thank
it's going to go well. And I be Josh the Pirate. Yeah, I do stuff here on Roll for Damage over and over on Corsair's Cove. I'm also in a podcast, There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Ken Felspar. And you can find me at Fringe World, where I am one half of the comedy duo Pupperotica. We read comedy puppets, reading erotic fiction. It's very silly and very funny. But, guys, we are 30% of the way to our goal already. We've got a lot of other streams coming up, but now let's get into our story. I must remind our charming, handsome, and possibly even +5 to charisma audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things. We have all the socials. You can check out episodes you've missed on YouTube. There we go. There's that. And mateys, may whale dirigibles make meaningful eye contact with you, and all your heists go off without the intervention of godlike divination wizards as we head tremulously at first, and then with mounting heat and passion, into the Humblewood. So, first, because this is not just a random happening out there in the world, this is contiguous in the world that we are in, that I've been running 2 games running side by side for the last season of each. There's backstory here. Tavernish and Bristlehorn have done stuff together before. Tavernish, Bristlehorn, what the heck happened the last time you guys did a thing?
Well, to my understanding, around 10 days ago, Bristlehorn and myself teamed up with Axel Little, the axolotl investigator, Edith Elderberry, the Russian mob grandma, and Pruitt, the bane of my very existence, to steal a magical pair of artifacts from the Mage's College, which, unbeknownst to us, was guarded by the absolutely terrifying Korvax Ravania, who would have destroyed us had he been in the mood.
He gave tea.
He gave tea. And we talked our way out of there with stories and many careful ploys, and escaped with not the magical artifact, but 50 gold pieces and a story to tell. We have now, I believe, returned to the city where we were found. Is that true?
That is correct.
Yes.
The only other point I would make is that you a good portion of that last trip involved a Hiscalia.
It did indeed, which blessed me so that I do in fact have +5 charisma.
You do. And it was captained by one Jonah Littlefoot. Which is also sort of relevant. Yeah. Alrighty. But the ship, the Arethusia, has appeared in Of Monsters and Magic. And Korvax Ravania is from Of Flocks and Fire. Crossovers! The world is large and very complicated. Alrighty. So.
World is large and full of crossovers.
Everyone has a detailed backstory.
Mine is extremely complicated.
Yes.
So, guys, I think first of all I should point out. Yes. So when we get back, each of the thieves received 10 gold pieces for their night's work. So Tavernish and Bristlehorn, you are 10 gold pieces better off. And then they agreed to go their separate ways. Edith and Axel headed south to Saltar's Point, actually, while the others returned to Alderheart, Pruitt returning to his much more convivial life as a backstreet mad scientist. Right.
Sounds like the best job.
And both Arthur and Kesh have met Pruitt.
Oh.
Yes, that backstreet mad scientist you guys met.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
It's pretty
cool.
cool.
You guys like him much more than Tavernish does.
Yeah.
Hey, you just gotta know how to handle your mad scientists.
I love Pruitt.
Bowsers, thank you so much for the raid. Raid emotes up in chat, everybody. Thank you. Ooh. We are raising money for St. Jude's Cancer Charity Support. No, Children's Research Hospital. That's the one.
We don't support cancer.
Yeah.
Fuck cancer.
Boo for cancer.
Yeah.
Boo.
Alrighty.
Boo.
And you are joining us just in time for us to begin. So,
Yeah.
Tavernish.
Yes.
The world sways, your home moving around you as you walk down a passageway. Portraits of your forebears rock softly on the walls, and you smell cooking from the kitchen. Not time to eat yet. You reach a balcony and look out, and the world spreads out beneath you. You see snow-capped mountains and peaceful forests, rivers, streams, and lakes. You see deserts bordered by strange cities, high towers of rock inhabited by strange little creatures, and oceans that spread further than the mind can dream. Above you, the creature rumbles a greeting. Its hide mottled grey and green. You reach up and run your hand along its underside and think to it for a moment.
Yeah, I do.
It's kind, and kindness is the correct response. Suddenly, the idyll is shattered. There is a roar, a flame, and a sensation of falling, rushing wind, and then you wake up. Tavernish, you are in your bed in Alderheart. It is early morning, and you have just awakened from the same dream that has haunted you for the last 10 days. You do.
I love that dream, but I hate that dream. I get up. What time is it?
7:30 in the morning. A little early.
Right. I get up, I get dressed, and I go find someone to steal from.
Very well. You get up, you get dressed, you head out. Where are you staying? Do you own a house here, or are you in an inn?
I am currently in an inn, just above not the Humdrum Imported, but someplace fairly low rent.
Sure.
I try to live
frugally.
I basically use my actual accommodation as a traveling suitcase. I spend most of my nights in other people's beds. Usually, right. I hope that they aren't there. But yeah, I use it as a stuff repository. So
very well. In which case, you would probably be staying in the Undercommons, which is down in the roots of the Alderheart. The inn is clean, but not fancy at all. It is, however, called fancy.
Fancy that. Right.
Yeah. So you head out. Where would you go? You would probably go to a sort of slightly upmarket area to scout out for somebody to rob.
I would search for a marketplace, and I'd take out my loot, and I'd do some busking, and I'd try and find someone who got a good first impression of me, because they tend to make an easier mark.
Very well. Very well. You start busking in one corner. You head to the main Canopy Markets. It's probably the biggest market in Alderheart. You take a lift up the inside of the trunk. There's a bunch of pulleys and rope and weight systems that allow people to move stuff up and down the tree. You start busking. Tavernish, please make me a perception check, I suppose, if you're looking for a good mark.
Absolutely. That is a +0, so... And it is loading.
Thinking about it. What does Tavernish look like as well? Can you describe this gentleman?
Wow.
Still loading.
Tavernish is a vulpine, which means he is a fox person. He looks a lot like the Fantastic Mr. Fox of Fantastic Mr. Fox fame. He is relatively slender and only of middling height. He is of masculine build, but not aggressively so. He is something of an acrobatic build, if you will.
Sure.
And
athletic,
I rolled a
12. Yes.
Not strong, but definitely
live.
Yes.
Right.
And I rolled a 12.
Very well. A 12. Yeah. You've got your eyes peeled. You don't see anybody particularly worth it at the moment. You can get your loot case has a couple of smaller denomination coins in it, but you don't, and you are sort of keeping your eyes peeled for somebody who might be worth nicking from. When you look down, check your loot case, and you find a small letter in it, envelope with a letter in it, presumably.
Some people don't understand how to tip. I take it between sets and I read.
Yes. It says, let me get the voice. Hello, Mr. Fawkes. We don't know each other, but I hear some very good things from a mutual friend. I have a job that you may well be interested in, one that will be slightly more lucrative than your last exploit, if you succeed. It will require skill and daring, but it also may do some good. I'll get down to it. The government in Alderheart is corrupt. Deeply corrupt. They are also broke, but not nearly as broke as they claim. The council has been sitting on a rainy day fund that they are starting to dip into to pay their ongoing costs, but they aren't telling people that. Nor are they telling people that they have just started minting a lot more money to do this. Currently, the government is claiming to be cash-strapped, and so some government employees, most notably the Wildwood Brigade, have been asked to take a pay cut for the good of the wood. This is in inverted commas.
Those bastards.
However, no one ever
Unbelievable.
specified the size of the pay cut. Someone is skimming off the top, which is where you come in. I don't want my friends in the Wildwood Brigade to be robbed any more than they already are, but I'll be damned if I'll let someone in the government walk off with all of that freshly minted gold. So, here's the deal. I tell you where the diverted funds are spending the night, and you, and a crew that you might need to assemble, go in and remove it. My take is 20%, which goes in account 417 at the repository by midday tomorrow. Further instructions with details of the heist will be found in the letterbox of 13 Medry Lane. Taking them will be an acknowledgement that you accept my terms and the gig. All the best. It is not signed.
I am not super thrilled that I am getting a reputation as a master thief. Nonetheless, I fold up the letter and I go and I pick up the details.
Very well, you do that. You head on down. It's the address specified is in the Undercommons, at the end of a narrow garden path leading to a small but clean home. The letter is basically just a set of details. There's a white picket fence and a neat little letterbox. The letter says, package arrives at 8 p.m., remains for 6 hours before moving on. Warehouse 11B in the dockyards. Security is decent but private, not military. Possible magical elements unconfirmed. Anti-scrying warding confirmed. Potential take is expected to be 1,000 gold pieces.
Right. That's going to take a sizable crew. I have some magic, but not enough. Right. Okay. First thing I'm going to need, since there are so many unknown variables, I'm going to go and I'm going to find Bristlehorn. Because he was tanky, and that's useful. Plus, he was better than Pruitt. So let's start with him.
Very well, he was definitely better than Pruitt. You would the last place you saw Bristlehorn was heading to the Grand Temple in the branches. I presume you make your way there.
It's a date. Let's start there.
You head up to the Grand Temple of Alderheart, and within the cloistered halls of this august institution, you find a big servant dude.
Bristlehorn, you find me leaning against the wall. What sort of food do you like? Are you vegetarian? Because you are servant.
Definitely not just vegetarian.
All right, so you find me leaning against the wall, and I'm proffering you a kind of a fast food, like a burrito. Hey, Bristlethorn, can we have a word?
It's form.
Mm-hmm.
Bristlehorn.
Right, shit, my apologies.
1p.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I snatched the burrito. And then it just down. It's just like, gone.
He left more of an impression than most on my memory, but I still didn't get the name. I need to work on that. Okay. Look, I found myself a job, but I need some help. Are you interested?
Fake job like last.
A job like last time. Possibly, however, less dangerous and more profitable.
How much?
1,000 gold, give or take. Split between however many of us there are, which we would need to discuss between ourselves.
The big goal.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Why
Excellent.
not? When in order.
Hard. Alder hard. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Very much so. Right. So I was thinking we might need 4, maybe 5 people.
Yeah.
Now I make a good face man, and you make very solid screw up insurance, just in case everything else goes wrong. So I think
Who you want screw?
no one preferably, but I'd like to have the option.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking we need some kind of magical expert and maybe someone else who's good with people just in case, and maybe some stealth and maybe a bit of a wild card. Have you got any ideas?
I know, dude. Chill.
A chill dude, you say?
I know you hate Pruitt. This dude chill.
This pleases me. All right, let's start with him.
I just start walking. I drag him as I'm like explaining.
I try and look like I'm going along with my own accord.
His legs are longer than yours. You have to sort of jog to keep up. Bristlehorn, please describe yourself.
Happy birthday, Rachel.
It's happening, Rachel. The plague of the birthday.
I'm curious. I don't really understand now.
Yes.
Is it everyone's birthday?
It's everyone's birthday. Yes.
Happy birthday,
Hashtag
everyone.
charity. You know what? For my birthday, donate to St. Jude's.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Me too.
that'd be
Me
nice.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just checking
Um,
who Facebook last told me it was his birthday was.
It was Rhythm's birthday last month, and it's Dan's on Monday, but it's not anybody's right now.
Okay. Oh, every day is my birthday, Josh. I don't know if you
No, this is true. Yeah.
So
So what do you look like?
Bristlehorn, in contrast to Tavernish, is aggressively masculine to the point where you probably would just think that he's some kind of like monster who just like crawled out of like a horror, like a movie. Like his facial structure is very like taut and like pulled to the skin, even though the rest of him is very like meaty, to say the least. He is a servant, which means a dear person for the uninitiated out there in the
And we
audience.
just hit 400.
Hell yeah.
Oh wow! That
Nice.
was a big one.
That was
Yeah,
one
who did
person.
that?
Yeah.
Who
Oh
did
my
that?
God.
Thank you so
Like-
much.
Whoever did that is very sexy
Wow.
and charismatic.
It's true.
Extremely
You definitely.
Very
At least.
articulate and cool.
At least a
More
plus
than
10.
five. Ooh.
At least a plus
you
10 to
doing?
charisma.
Oh my god, everyone's
It
talking
was
about
Mitch.
food.
It was
Yeah.
definitely a plus 10 to charisma then. You fucking legend
Hey.
What you doing later, Mitch?
Hey, Mitch, you busy this weekend?
you.
I guess the
he
last
is
thing is
actually.
he's got very like jagged horns. That's why his name's like that.
Cool. All right. Love it. Cool.
Bam, bam.
And yeah, you head outside into the main plaza of the upper echelons of Alderhard.
I look for Eli.
Right, but could you tell me who it is we're actually going to?
No, because then I have to say names twice. Gross.
I mean, fair enough. And I'm trying to eat my burrito, but every time I take a bite, he sort of yanks me along another step.
I do that. I try and find Eli.
You probably find Eli like literally a stone's throw away, and you see this tiny sun bear with an upturned empty pickle jar that he's just like banging away at, just like drum circle with like maybe one other person there. That's just like beating on the ground. Eli's got like one of those like woven headbands and like sandals, just like total boho vibe for this little bear. And he's just banging away on a drum, man.
Hey, Eli.
Oh, this is him. Oh,
Yeah.
this is him.
Oh,
Oh, this is
dude.
him.
There is more coins in like just scattered on the floor in front of Eli than you made in like an hour of busking Tavernish.
What? You're kidding me.
But he's not actively collecting them. People are just putting them in front of him every now and again.
I am now just existentially angry.
Eli just gets up and walks past the coins towards Bristlehorn. What's going on?
I give him a
man?
bro hug.
Yeah, bring it in. Bring it in. And Eli's gonna give Tavernish a hug as well. He's just like, oh, bring it in, man. Oh, it feels good.
I'm sort of standing there like a stick while he hugs me.
Man, you're a bit tight. You're a bit stiff. You need to relax those shoulders.
Do I? Do I? That's nice.
Totally.
That's
Stress is
great.
not good for your health, man.
Nice to meet you, Eli. Nice to meet you indeed.
Well, you gonna say job?
What?
There's a job. You think job?
Job?
Nice job? Yeah, big money.
I don't
1,000.
know. What even
1,000.
got, like job? Is this like manual labor or is this like I'll do it. You know what? Why not? I'm good for it. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm down.
I passively facepalm.
I'm gonna do 2 thumbs up and like a wide grin. Horrifying.
Bristlehorn, could you
Yeah.
what exactly is this man's skill set?
The magic.
Your magic.
I point to the sun because I'm losing my words. I point to the sun and then I point
Oh
to
my
Eli.
god. He's a sun bear. They're not the same.
No.
Well, in this case, you know, like Ardea, that's my guy. That's my dude. That's my dudette. That's what I'm about.
Ardea is female. Yes.
Yeah, be there.
All
Explain.
of those things.
Yeah.
Explain hastily, please.
Well, I can heal, and you know, like the sun kind of guides me, man. So I don't really know what I do until I do it. You know what I mean?
Okay, so you're
I
a
have
cleric of
seen.
some sort.
Yeah, like the sun is gentle sometimes, but sometimes she's a harsh mistress, man.
Okay, that is marginally more acceptable. Okay.
You okay?
Yes, I'm just
You
a little on edge.
you look tense.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'll give you a shoulder rub, man. We'll sort this out. We'll get that knot out.
I sort of kneel down so I'm actually short enough for him to give me a shoulder rub.
I imagine him's quite tall.
Oh, is he?
I feel like Eli's quite tall.
He's a bear, so
He's a-
probably.
He's tiny. He's like as
Oh,
small as
tiny.
you can get for a bear.
Because
Sun bears are small.
sun bears are kind of dwarf bears.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
Love it.
I did not.
I love this.
The more you
Yeah.
know.
That makes much more sense then. He is a mapatch, technically speaking, which don't tend to be particularly big anyway, so that works. Alrighty. Yeah, you've got your wild card, normally where you go last, but yes.
That is our wild card.
We hung out in the Grand Temple together, so of course, first person.
Okay, for the next person, can we please go someone just a little bit more my speed?
This was close.
This was close, but can we maybe get someone who I can have a conversation with? I don't know, a performer or something, please?
I look at Eli and then I take out a coin and I just toss it in the air. Just whatever.
You do that. What are you intending to achieve with it?
I make decision with coin.
Okay.
I know people. I guess I choose Freddy. I arbitrarily thought of a coin in my head. That's I'm crazy.
Very well.
I just glance over because Bristlehorn seems to be struggling. That's heads. That's just so you know, that's heads.
Yeah.
The
heads,
coin is
Freddy.
actually shows a peacock head on it.
Looks like Freddy.
Interesting. So do we smash cut?
We do.
Yeah.
We smash cut
Literally,
to
I
a
take.
bar.
I don't manhandle Eli because Eli's a bro. I just take Tav because I think he's gonna get lost. But we just take one step and then smash cut into.
Yeah. We
I'm a
smash
bit
cut
dazed.
to a bar. Freddie, what's happening in the bar?
Well, Freddie is enjoying a glass of red wine, having just finished a very successful set because they were just performing and now they're enjoying a drink.
All right.
Love that so far the only person who hasn't been performing at some point in the game is Bristlehorn. Alrighty. Yeah, you are sitting at a bar having a drink.
Freddy, leaning against the wall, you see a a Vulpin man who has a lute in hand, and he seems to be. He makes eyes at you very briefly before he starts to play, and it starts to draw a couple eyes, and he heads up to the stage, and he's doing a bit of a saucy number. It's kind of familiar to what you were playing, but he's got his own spin to it, you know.
All right, all right.
Performance check.
Performance check, you say? All right.
You're so fucked.
Let's see. Let's take my plus 11 for a spin.
What?
It's quite a lot.
Expertise.
Like, my highest is +9.
Okay, so every time I
dude.
roll my dice, it looks like my audio taps out. So that's going to be a
Noted.
thing.
It's just going to be suspense.
So, yeah, Freddie, what do you do while this guy is going up on your stage?
All right. Well, I'm not opposed
Okay,
to.
so that's a 23.
There you go.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to down the last of my wine and sashay up to the stage as well. I see you've got the instruments handled, so I decide to sing along with you and duet it.
Nice. Freddie, performance check, please.
Alrighty.
This, for the DMs out there, is why you don't have 2 bards in one party.
It becomes
This
a
is
battle
why
of the
you
bands
do
very
have
quickly.
2 bards.
Freddie, another 18. Pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty boss. In fact, if anything, this guy knows his way around. Like he's good. He's not singing unless he is singing, but he didn't say he was. But yeah, this
I'm
is
not singing yet.
Freddie, I assume this is a fairly regular haunt for you. This is like your regular bar. This is your regular gig. And yeah, this guy is not showing you up exactly, but he's definitely sort of improving upon what they normally get. This duet is above and beyond what the regulars are like. Wow, Freddie's stepping it up. She's got a good accompanist. That sort of situation.
Get the sense I'm maybe testing you a little bit. Like every time you step it up, I step it up to match.
I'd say the set comes to an end. The song comes to an end. You probably do a couple, and then yeah. There's a big round of applause, and you both, I don't know, deal with it however you like.
I finish with a flourish, and I make eyes, and I go, "You're good."
Thank you. You're quite good yourself. What's your name? I don't think we've met yet.
I am Tavernish Fawkes. Yourself?
Freddie Manelli. Lovely to meet you.
A genuine pleasure. No,
You descend from the stage before you have this conversation there.
Yes.
would you mind joining me and my friends for a drink? We're buying.
And
all absolutely.
the other 2 are sitting there. I imagine Eli's probably been like tapping away on the tabletop along with the song.
Helping vigorously.
Totally out of time.
Bristlehorn is surrounded by like half a dozen empty tankards of beer already.
Yeah.
And yeah, Freddie, you come sit.
All right. What are we drinking, everyone? I'm having wine, I think. I'll stick to wine tonight.
I'm having an old fashioned.
Oh, nice.
It's midday, by the way.
I've
I'm
drank
still having an old fashioned.
I know.
one of everything.
Just
You
in
are
a
one
tankard.
with everything.
This is like a pickle juice, I think.
Oh, very
Hey.
organic. Interesting.
Are you drinking it out of your drumming jar?
Yes.
Well, it's why I've got it, dude. It's multi-purpose.
Okay.
They're smart.
That was like an interesting time signature you guys were playing in. Was that 4/4?
Oh, it was 3/4 actually. I think it changed
Whoa.
in the chorus though.
Whoa.
You play, you
That's-
should have come up with us.
Really? I would totally be down. I run a drum circle up near the temple. Like we could collab.
Absolutely.
My soul dies. Just a little.
Good friends already.
Tavernish, please. Move things along.
Freddie, so how do you feel about, and I look dramatically around, theft?
Oh, well, that depends. Who are we stealing from?
The highly deserving.
Oh, Very romantic. I'm in.
Excellent.
You son of a bitch, I'm in.
There's going to be a double cross at some point, and I can't wait. And I turn and I look at everyone and I go, right, so now we just need a magic specialist.
Or like,
And I look at
what?
I look at Eli, and I mean a tricksy magic specialist, not a sun magic specialist.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you say we were stealing something?
Don't worry about it. Do not worry about that.
I think Freddie might know somebody.
Yes, there's a magic specialist who hangs around this very bar. She's quite good.
She's actually in a room upstairs right now.
Mhm.
Well, isn't that useful? Smash cut.
You smash cut to the corridor outside the room upstairs. It has a line of about half a dozen people that you have sort of charmed your way to the front of, Tavernish. And the door opens. A Corvan woman steps out with an older-looking gentleman. He is a Strig. You've got your arm tenderly around him, and you're handing him a potion. The scene is yours, Catherine.
Don't worry, sir. A quick dram of this, and you'll be as hard as any elder hard oak. Have a good day.
Thank you, my dear.
You're very welcome.
Oh,
Totters down the corridor.
Next.
The children's charity.
And
I was very
strive-
allegorical. You're the ones reading into it.
Yes, it was a potion of bark skin. What are you thinking, Josh? It's just meant to give him wood.
yeah, antler skin.
Got a limp antler.
He's a
And I stride forwards. And
Everyone needs antlers.
I try and look very much like a man who doesn't have any problems in that regard at all.
Come in. And I gesture so they can enter my dimly lit room, which smells of incense and suspicious herbs and fragrances.
I know what's going on here.
Oh, she probably
And
smells.
I sit back in an elegant high-backed chair behind a small table that's covered with an array of crystals and other magical accoutrements.
And I walk right in, I look you dead in the eye, and I say, please, God, tell me that you don't sell birthstones.
So what?
Good, we can talk. My name is Tavernish Fawkes. I'm told you have certain skills.
I have many skills, Tavernish Fawkes. Which skills are you requiring today?
Larceny, grand larceny.
Oh, how exciting.
I am very stealthy with this sort of stuff.
And in what way would I be contributing to this grand larceny?
This job that I'm lining up, I've been told that it has certain magical defenses. Now, I have some skills, and so do certain members of my crew, but I'm told that you have a repertoire.
You look over to the corner of the room, and the rest of the crew are standing in it.
This is my crew.
I guess for sensing the dramatic effect, I walk up the wall.
Wow.
That is one of his many skills.
One that
I
you were
myself
not
am
aware he
extraordinary.
possessed.
of which he has several that I know all of.
I can understand why you might need someone of my talent and experience to assist you with this endeavor.
Thank you for that mild backhanded compliment.
You're welcome. But I feel obliged to ask, what is my benefit in participating in this venture of yours?
150 gold, payment once completed.
Only 150.
Yes.
When you use the word ground, I was expecting something a little more expansive.
Well, I suppose you'd have to negotiate for that. How do I know your skills are up to par?
But you said 1,000.
I did
It's
say
like
1,000.
in the corner room.
Yes, 150 is not 1/5 of 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a little under 1/5 of 800, which would actually be the take, because 20% goes to the person who wrote the letter.
Well, then
1/5
someone
would
needs to
actually be
explain that.
160.
I don't know.
Was that explained in the letter?
Well, yeah, he said my take is 20%, which you put in an account at the bank.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, this is so sus.
I just take out the letter and I skim through it quickly again. Oh, shit. Okay. And I just show her the letter.
Yeah. You have a read, Catherine. 20%. It lays it all out. You do the math and realize that the take would be 160 gold.
It's a lot less unfair than it sounds.
Yes, quite. Thank you for letting me read that.
It was instructive, I know.
I suppose I could see my way to helping you.
Wouldn't it be nice to get out of this stuffy little room for a change?
It
I
smells
can
nice.
imagine.
Lovely as it is.
Yes, I'm trying to create a certain ambience. I find my spells more effective when people are already massively in awe of me. I imagine.
Oh.
But I suppose I've stiffened enough oaks for the day. Those outside will simply have to return on the morrow. I'm assuming we are proceeding directly to this last leaf?
Indeedly so. I believe we need to scope the joint, as it were, and come up with a plan.
Very well. Catherine will stand, kind of adjust her elegant robes that she's wearing, and crosses to the door, opens it, and says, "We're done for the day. All of you bugger off."
And there's a
Classy
sort
lady. I like that.
of disgruntled muttering, "Oh, I'm still
Oh,
limping."
stop it. I'll be back tomorrow.
You do that. They all go away. The half dozen in the corridor sort of grumble and leave.
The one who was complaining about still being limp, I just lean out into the corridor and I give him inspiration.
Yeah, cool. I'm not gonna, but he seems happier. His wife does too. All right. Yeah, you.
Oh.
So, what do you do? The letter, the instruction letter says that the package will arrive at 8 p.m. at the docks, at warehouse 11B. However, it is about 1 in the afternoon because of all the smash cutting you've done around town. It's a really quick way of traveling. I like it. So, yeah, do you have anything you want to do before you head on up to scope the joint out?
Well, first thing I think we need to do is get a sense of one another's abilities. What do you actually specialize in, all of you?
Why not you first?
I am a charismatic stallion. I'm a face man. I'm also a hell of a stealthy guy.
Cool. I can punch things, move things, and stab things, and walk wall ceiling.
How many times a day can you do that?
I believe it's basically whatever he wants.
Oh, that's cool. Okay,
Praise
that's really useful. Okay.
Praise Kareth.
You know, that's actually really useful.
Yeah.
I'm not very like fast or sneaky, or I don't really do like plans super well. But if someone can tell me in the moment, I can do like a spell, like I can heal, and I can sometimes like set a building on fire.
Whoa.
All right, so no one leave Eli and Bristlehorn alone together.
Whoa.
They
We've only
require,
burned down two.
they
That's
require some amount of supervision, I think.
The body system works.
I love the buddy system.
Yeah.
Catherine's going to turn to Freddie and say, "Well, I guess that means you're my buddy."
All right. Could do worse. Well, if you'd like to know my specialties, they are twofold. Firstly, I will make you all better through healing spells and through bolstering your abilities. Secondly, I am an absolute expert in extravagant distractions.
Ooh.
Well, now I'm intrigued.
What would you consider your most elaborate distraction to date?
Well, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but I do this thing with my tail and a spell called Dancing Lights. Believe me, once I start doing that, no one's looking anywhere else.
Freddie,
Ooh.
can I qualify? You are a peacock, yes?
I'm a peacock, yes.
But you have the extremely extravagant tail?
Yes, I do.
Cool. Just confirming.
Mhm.
Because female peahens don't, but that's fine. This is the Humblewood, and things are different here. All peacocks have fancy tails. Noted.
So basically,
Actually, I
they
think all
love it.
peacocks should have fancy tails anyway. It's very mean to the ladies.
Well, it's just a
Mhm.
grouse.
Mhm.
When they see you shake your tail feather.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Okay.
what
Well-
have you? What have you,
Well-
Catherine Corvinus?
I suppose you could say my skills are that of the subtle and arcane. I am aware of various magics. I can bring darkness. I can cast fireball, which tends to excite people, I find.
Ooh.
But I can also mold the earth, shield myself from injury, and cause those around me to feel very, very sleepy all of a sudden.
Oh, that's
And every
great.
now and then I have been known to disappear and reappear in other locations.
Suddenly
But-
feeling very glad that we're buddies.
But more than that, I have an incredible memory, intense powers of recall, and I'm also very good at judging objects' qualities with a quick glance.
That sounds intensely useful. Could you, by any chance, tell the difference between an enchanted necklace and a bag of gold?
Quite
The-
easily.
Almost certainly, yes.
Almost that.
If
Right,
only you
okay,
had a
that would-
Corvum with you last time.
That would come in insanely handy. We might need to keep that one in the back pocket.
Okay.
Very well.
I also the locate object spell, if that's helpful for like stealing something specific. I keep it prepared constantly because I always, lose my pickle jar.
That is deeply
just-
and fundamentally logical.
I just had a vivid image of Eli waking up, having kept under a bush overnight and just waking up kind of going, oh no, where's my pickle jar?
He fell asleep. He got the pickle sweats. He woke up. He needed a hit, man.
He woke up. He found it right where he left it in the middle of the plaza outside the temple. It never
The
moves.
gold's still there.
Yeah, it's just his spot. Cool. Alrighty. Well, I will say that you guys head on out and probably make your way to the dockyards.
Yeah.
All right. Can we travel by slow fate this time?
Please do. Yes, we are.
Ooh.
And we're back. You are out at the docks. Have you travelled there in a quiet manner, in a stealthy manner at all, or are you just sort of walking?
How out of the way are the docks? Is it a place that we're not really supposed to be?
Well, the docks in Alderheart, the docks are unusual in that they are in a tree. First off, the docks have actually have been through a pretty extended period of just not being used at all, because the only ships that can dock at a tree are skyships, the Hiscalia. And those guys haven't been coming to Alderheart for the last decade or so because of all the fire and death. And mostly because Hiscalia are deeply, deeply flammable. Yeah, they sort of gave the whole place a wide berth. But yeah, the Arethusia was the first of many to return. A second arrived a couple of days ago and set off again this morning. You would have seen it leaving as you were busking Tavernish. And Eli actually would have watched it occlude the sun very briefly.
I would have dropped my loot and spent several minutes just making eyes at it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's only the dockyards have for nearly a decade been pretty much abandoned, just used as a place to store stuff because they do contain several large warehouses, about 20 as it is, and so they're not hugely frequented areas, but they've very recently been reopened and to a degree refurbished. It was used as just a general store area. A couple of the warehouses were opened to house refugees, but they have been cleared as people have been able to return to their homes. So it's not hugely commonly traveled, but it's not anything like you wouldn't be allowed to be there. Anyone can go there. It's just like it's an industrial area.
I'd be getting marginally stealthier just as we got into the roads less traveled area of it.
Right. Very well.
Catherine always moves stealthily.
Sure. Well then, I think probably a stealth check from everybody, please.
Josh, can you roll for me? I don't want my internet to check out again.
Very well. I will roll for Tavernish.
Could I
10
please
on the
use
dice.
guidance on myself?
All
You
right.
do that. 15 for Catherine.
Okay.
All right, so that's a 21.
Oh.
21 for Tavernish.
Oh.
19 for Bristlehorn. 6 for Eli, plus a 4. Oh, 10. All right.
I'm surprised.
How did Freddy do?
She didn't press the button properly. There we
Messed
go.
up that button press. 20. 18 plus 2. Gosh. Well done. Okay, so yeah, the average is well, 15, 2 over 20 and a 19 and a 10. Yeah, the average is pretty decent. Yeah, Eli, I feel like even when you're not being even when you're being loud, you're not particularly loud unless you're actively drumming on something. So I have no issue with you guys just sort of you wandering around the dock area. You would come within sight of Tavernish is probably fairly easy to figure out which warehouse is 11B. Just from the numbering system, it's fairly obvious. It's odd numbers on one side, even numbers on the other, all the way up. And yeah, you find 11B. You are probably about 150 feet away from it. The roads are, well, it's branches, so it is very organic. You are quite high up in the tree, out to the eastern side of it. Yeah, there are branches above, branches below. The drop is about 1,000 feet to the ground. The tree is a very big tree. In fact, I think I established it's actually about 1,000 meters to the ground. It is about 3,000 feet. Very, very high. Yeah, you can see the place. It is a dingy looking warehouse, quite large, in the lower canopy near the docks, and its rear wall backs right onto the trunk of the tree. Or actually not the trunk of the tree itself, it's a large branch that angles upwards from the plane. It has two entrances that you can see. Essentially, you are at ground level to it. A normal-sized door and a small loading dock on the left-hand side of it as you're looking, which is raised a bit and features a 10-foot wide double door. That's what it looks like from the outside. You can also see a couple of guards at the door. Both are birdfolk, a strig and a corvum. Both are armed and armoured, but neither are wearing uniforms. It's just sort of normal armour, sort of bought on the street. They are not military.
I would like to insight to see how alert they are.
Please do, roll me insight. You don't really, it's hard to tell. At 150 feet, it's very difficult to tell. You would guess quite.
I would like to fetch out Eustace, my little scouting pal, which is, I being a bard at 6th level of lore, I have access to some wizard spells, including Find Familiar. So I summon from my extra-dimensional plane my pet mouse. In my hand, you might observe, this mouse is not even remotely bipedal. And I place it on the ground and go, Eustace. See how alert and how open this building is. And he runs off.
He scampers towards it. Can you make me a stealth check with advantage for Eustace?
Certainly.
Bean.
Yeah,
Little
tiny
Bean.
Jabin.
Thunder Bean.
Stealth. I did the thing again.
Very well. Don't worry. When it comes, it comes. Yeah. Does anybody else want to do anything while Eustace does this? It'll probably take him a little minute.
You've not enslaved a baby, have you? I've never met a baby Jabin. Is that what that was? Why aren't you answering quickly? This should be a yes or no question.
Oh, yeah, 12. Yeah. He's... Oh, wow, nat 1.
That
yeah.
wasn't with advantage.
Yes. Don't worry, I'll roll it again.
Okay.
Actually, it was a nat 20 was the other one.
Oh, hey, cool.
That works.
There you go. Yeah, Eustace approaches completely stealthily, and I'll let the nat 20 carry on over to what he perceives of the place. So you asked him to figure out how alert they are. The answer is not. Is quite. Not super alert, but also not very. But also not like they're not sleepy or on the job or anything. Both doors do appear to be locked as far as Eustace can tell.
Right. No holes in the walls. No open windows. Nothing.
There is Eustace. I mean, you can see through his eyes, right?
Yes, I can.
There is only one window large enough to accommodate a person going through it, which is on the right-hand wall, so you can't actually see it from where you guys are because you haven't said you moved. So you're still just a small group of people about 150 feet away looking intensely at this large building.
I for sure am. I don't know what I'm doing.
There's like a skylight on the roof or anything like that?
From where you are, you can't get an angle on it to do so, but you could go to a different level of the branches to have a look for that.
Go to cheerleader lift, Eli.
You gonna give me a leg up?
Yeah. What's your plan?
You, I would say Tavernish has probably sort of wrangled the less stealthy members of the group to hide behind another warehouse so that it's not painfully obvious that you guys are staking this place out.
Sure. I'd like to say that Eli's tiny enough that he can like hide around Bristlehorn.
Yeah. Bristlehorn, if you yeet Eli up onto the roof of the warehouse that you're standing next to, Eli...
I'll just walk him up. I can walk on walls.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You just literally just pick him up and then just carry up to the roof. Eli, make a perception check. And while you're at it, everybody else can make one too, because I figure that's what you're doing. 17. Yeah. Eli, yeah, you do spot.
23.
I drastically
Freddy,
improve
24?
on my previous roll with a dirty 20.
Filthy 20? Wow, guys. Okay, Tavernish is sort of focused on getting information back from his mouse, but the rest of you guys. So, Eli, you can see. I'm just going to read all the other things that you hadn't looked for
With
before.
consent, I lift him up for higher view vantage point.
Sure, that's very, very obvious, but yes.
No one's expecting, no one's going to look up. No one's expecting a big servant man and a sun bear.
No.
Higher, daddy, higher.
No one is
Lion
expecting
Kinging
that.
it on the top of a warehouse that in a district that's basically deserted. So, the building is constructed unusually out of stone. Tavernish, like this high up, this amount of stone would have been ludicrously time consuming to get up here. So it's weird that it is. You would be the person who noticed that because Eustace is right up next to it. Initially, like from the distance, it doesn't look like it's made of stone. It's been plastered. It looks like wattle and daub, but it's actually stone. But Eustace can see places where the plaster is peeling. The whole thing has been whitewashed, but not recently. The rest of you guys, you spot the spot on the eastern wall that is large enough to allow ingress. Catherine, with your dirty 20, I would say that as you are walking, you would basically take a swing past, just a casual walk past the open door, possibly with Freddie, just two ladies of glamour out for a walk on a nice afternoon in the dock area for no good reason. You guys take a swing past, and yeah, you would spot that window as well.
I'd give Freddie a meaningful look and then look at the window.
You would, however, also notice a couple of extra guards. Guards that are not obviously guarding the building. There are a couple of people just loitering. A Corvum, another Corvum, and a Mapatch. These ones are not wearing visible armor and not obviously guarding the building. However, they are just sort of loitering and they aren't going anywhere or doing anything that would give them a reason to hang around. They are not sitting together either. One's just sort of reclining next to a building, pretending to be asleep. But, Freddy, you definitely notice that they are pretending to be asleep. And Catherine, rather, you notice. I'm so used to the character that this person is based on.
I should have picked a slightly more different name. So
Catherine, so Catherine Corvimus is based on Karen's original sorcerer Catalina of Corvenheim, who was an elf, which wouldn't have worked, or half elf, which wouldn't have worked in this situation. The other one, the second Corvum that you notice, is playing dice with himself. Just sort of rolling the bones again and again and again. But neither of them are, both of them are looking at that warehouse a lot. And they are both positioned in a way to cover the entrances that the two guards aren't covering. Bristlehorn, from your point of view, you would also spot a fifth guard on the roof. Or whether or not it's a guard, you don't know, but there is a raptor on the roof. A small bird folk. You only see them pop their head up for a second. Raptors are quite small. But yeah, you definitely like there's another one. So yeah, that is what you see. The only other thing Eustace would report is that the back wall is flush to a tree and therefore cannot be, you can't go around behind the building.
I'm leaning against the wall. I haven't actually moved, so I'm still leaning against the far-off warehouse. And I just sort of gesture at Catherine, and I cast message. The walls are made of stone. It's plaster over stone made to look like wood. I'm not sure why. That would be so difficult to put up here.
Unfortunately, I cannot reply.
Yes, you can. That's built into the spell.
Oh, I do apologize. Sorry, I don't know if I play with anyone who's
message.
Yeah.
I will. Do I have to speak aloud?
No, it's by thought usually.
Okay, cool. I will think back. The whole place is very well guarded. I imagine they're not keen on anybody getting in, and it is easier to cut through wood than stone.
I casted at Freddy. Freddy, your observations? What do you see?
Well, these guards are terrible actors. They're obviously not sleeping. Honestly, a little bit of attention to detail would have been appreciated.
Amateurs.
Truly.
Good. Well, it's good for us then. All right. Let me know when you ladies are done, and I shall see what the fellows are up to.
Yeah, the ladies take a stroll around the block and find their way back to where the boys are. The boys are on the roof. Do you get down after a minute?
Yeah, I point out the raptor to Eli and be like, look, did you see? Dude.
Whoa, there's a dude there.
Yeah.
I call up to them. See anything useful, you guys?
Both of us are like over the roof boundary goddess. That's what I was thinking of. Like, there's a raptor on the roof.
On the roof, you say? Useful.
Guard.
Well, there's only one, right? So we could take care of that guy and just you know.
Good thought.
It's shame it's wood though. Be very loud to jump and land.
It's actually stone. One moment though. And I turn back to Catherine and send message again. There's a sniper or something on the roof. What was it, a Corvum?
They were raptor, the roof.
A raptor. There was a raptor on the roof.
on the roof.
Would you like me to dispose of them? Or should we wait?
God.
Eli seems to be somewhat keen on that as well, but maybe we should plan ahead as a group before we proceed. We do still have 7 hours before the thing gets here.
It's about 3 o'clock now, so you have about 5 hours, but yes.
We do still have 5 hours before the thing gets here. We don't want to seem too keen.
True, true. I will contain myself. Catherine just loves the idea of like nerfing a guy and watching him fall off the roof.
That's terrifying.
The thought makes her feel powerful.
It is indeed
Power
empowering.
move.
Guess I just sit on the roof. I don't know what we're doing. I haven't told anything else. So I'm just gonna like casually just sit. Relax, vibe.
Could the two of you please come down? I think we're having a team meeting.
Oh,
Oh, totally.
yeah. What do you think, Eli? We could just stay like 5 minutes or something. I don't know. They don't mind.
Well, what do I think? Like
Yeah.
about getting down?
That or that, and a point at the warehouse.
Well, I can like do a misty step kind of thing. Like I can reappear somewhere else. So I'm thinking like if I can do that behind the raptor dude, I could like maybe do some harshness on him.
You Eli, harsh vibe.
Occasionally a harsh vibe is called for, not always, but sometimes.
Okay.
And I'll heal him afterwards so that he's like, okay.
Okay. If you think,
Hippies.
sure. I then could climb us back down.
Oh,
So you stroll.
Yeah, I just upside down. Why not? Let's just like make it weird every time. It's different every time.
you do that.
Did you escape from the circus at some point, Bristlehorn?
No. You're making
Shame.
fun of Karen.
No, you
Don't
have
do that.
You have talent. You'd be good in the circus. I could use you.
No, thank
Thought for
you.
later.
All right. You
So we go-
reconvene at behind the warehouse.
Yeah,
All right,
we're just
so-
where cool kids hang out, man.
Yeah.
Vibe check, I'm guessing. How are we
Can
feeling about
Eli
our
do a
chances of
vibe
taking
check?
this place?
An actual vibe check.
Can Eli do a vibe check on the guards and see if they've like noticed us like loitering about the place?
That's good. That's a good point.
Yeah. Make a vibe check. Insight.
Like, how subtle have we
Come
been?
on, Eli. Oh,
Roll for
oh.
vibe.
It's a 4 + 7 = 11.
Nice.
Wow, you have a +7 on vibe.
Here's a +7 to check the vibe.
Quick math.
Yeah. You they. What exactly? You're trying to tell their mood?
Well, we've been kind of hanging about here and
Oh,
strolling
right.
past.
Whether or not they're like suspicious.
Yeah.
You get
How
that like
successful has the subtle? This lady's going for a stroll.
the
We're
two
just some
ladies
gents
going
hanging
for a
out.
stroll wasn't that weird. Like to the point of, if anything, Catherine probably drew the eye of a couple of them because she's quite an attractive Corvum lady, and 2 of them are Corvum men. Yeah, so none of them were like, what the hell? Like, neither Freddie nor Catherine, fabulous, yes, aggressive or intimidating, not so much, unless they want to be. So I don't think anybody really thought anything of them. However, Bristlehorn has just been loitering and isn't a particularly actually the trick of it is Eli was actually the one who did the shitty stealth roll. So yeah, this sun bear every now and again popping up has just been has been noticed. Put it that way.
Do you guys
Top
think
of
I
the
should go
group.
over and say hi just so it's not weird?
I mean, I
Can
feel
do
like
that,
that would make it worse.
Okay.
Why? You're just saying hi.
Yeah, but he's been staring at them for half an hour. And if someone who's been staring at you for half an hour comes over and says hi, it just sort of immediately puts you on the defensive, and we don't want them on the defensive.
Dude, I do that all the time. Like from a distance, if I think I know somebody, but it's actually not them, like you got to stare at them for a bit before you realize that's not a person that you actually know.
How many of these people respond to you by nodding, smiling, and walking away after 5 minutes?
Quite a lot.
I wonder why.
Why? Oh, well. So, we wait when, yeah.
I'd say, who here is capable of taking out the raptor on the roof? Like, just show of hands, who could do that?
Do you want eaten, stabbed?
Yes, what
Just-
manner of disablement did you have in mind?
Permanent or non-permanent? Preferably non-permanent. I prefer not to have blood on my hands. But anything will do in a pinch.
Both
Catherine,
the
you
folk
can-
ladies can make an intelligence check.
Ooh,
Yes.
go girls.
Uh,
10. Freddie
Freddie.
does slightly better at a foot.
Freddie, it occurs you're thinking, and as you do, your eyes drift upwards, and you look above you, and you see more branches, different levels of the tree, and it occurs to you that if you wanted to get onto the roof of a building, a bird would be very easy. It would be pretty good at doing that.
Perhaps Catherine would be best for this job. If you could get up on those branches, Catherine, simply swoop down. You may not even be seen getting onto the roof.
Especially if we wait for nightfall. How good is a raptor's night vision?
Excellent. Oh, well, mine's excellent. Can't say.
Raptors aren't. Catherine's is. Raptors are not night vision people. Strigger, there's one on the door, but not on the roof.
Well, that sounds ideal. As long as you approach the building from the back, so the street doesn't have a line of sight.
So we're
I'm up
thinking
for it.
Catherine takes out the person on the roof. What about the rest of us? How do we get in? I could potentially distract half of the guards on one side of the building in a very loud, rambunctious way, allowing you gentlemen to take out the ones on the other side and get in.
I could plausibly provide a very similar distraction. I could also, however, provide either Bristlethorn or Eli with
Oren?
some temporary Bristlehorn, my apologies,
Yeah.
with some temporary stealthiness. In fact, I could do it for both of you, honestly.
Oh.
Super appreciate that.
So we could simply walk on by.
Enter through the roof. Go in
And go
quiet.
in. Well, if Bristlehorn can get us in through the window,
Can I fit a window?
Yeah, you'd managed it just about. You'd have to put your head in sideways, but yes.
How does Freddy join us though after like the distraction and stuff?
Yeah.
Freddie, have
Oh.
you got this, or would you like an assist getting in?
Can I help, Freddy? If I'll help you, well, I was gonna say, like, as part of the distraction.
Well, I had thought I could distract the larger amount of guards on one side of the building, whilst you take out the smaller amount of guards. Then all I need to do is say goodbye, gents, and leave.
You could. That would be your part of the job done, more or less.
Well, goodbye, gents, to those guards, and then leave around the other side of the building and meet
Oh,
you
I see.
outside. Yes,
I
yes.
see. I
It's
was
all
trying to
right.
let you off light, but no, that is better for us.
No,
For
no,
both.
I'm down for hard work.
Good,
yes. I wouldn't want to miss all the action.
good.
Freddie, the only thing I would say about this plan is that given the position of the guards, there would be the two at the door and one of the guys watching one side of the building it would be any distraction that one of the two more discreet guards could see, the guards at the door would probably also be able to see, and certainly be able to hear. There is anything that one of them could see or hear, they could all see or hear. So you could probably distract the entire lot, but then you getting in would be difficult.
Although, if you've
They're
taken out
all-
the person on the roof, I could just also go in through the roof. There's a skylight, yes?
Did we
There
see
is
Skyline?
that.
Or did I imagine the skylight?
No, there was a skylight. Yeah, Eli saw it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should do like the roof thing.
Yeah.
If there's only one guard up there, then we can like Catherine can take that dude out, and then we can mosey on in.
How are we gonna get on the roof?
I mean,
Without-
you can walk on walls.
Yeah, but guards around wall.
That would be Freddy doing the distraction.
Then how does Freddy get on the roof?
Slides.
Going
Gliding
up
down
the
from the
branch.
treetop.
Okay, sure. Sounds like a workable plan. Like it.
All right.
Okay.
Break for lunch? I could do with a glass of wine.
Oh, me too.
It's 3.
Well, I happen to know a really good pub nearby.
First round's on me.
The first round is on Tavernish as he takes you to the hung, drawn, and quartered. And yeah, you go to one of the best pubs in Alderheart. Probably have yourself a dirty squiz, and or something else if Freddy is drinking wine, and yeah, have a bite to eat.
Is it Wednesday? I know there's a live modeling class upstairs on Wednesdays, and I was supposed to be joining in.
It is not Wednesday.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, good.
It's Tuesday.
I've done that once.
I'm sure you were very popular.
Sure.
To be clear, we're planning on being back before 8 o'clock so we can see this delivery, right? That would be how I would do it.
I mean, we can't really start until after 8 o'clock because, like, we
Oh,
can
no, we're not
only-
going to start, but, you know, we might get a better idea of what... We might
Oh, I
even get
see.
a
You
glimpse
mean-
inside if
You
we...
mean back at the site by 8 o'clock?
Yes, if we're back at the site, then we might be able to glean some more information.
Absolutely. Would you be able to see it from the treetops?
Probably.
It's only maybe 100 feet up.
Yeah, definitely. Totally.
All right, so we'd be watching it from different angles, but certainly that would work.
Yeah.
And do you think maybe we should leave it for perhaps an hour or so afterwards so that all of the attention has calmed back down and everyone has, you know, gone back into the routine?
Seems sensible to me. And with your communication abilities, you can let me know when you'd like us to begin.
Yes, I can coordinate from a distance.
Oh, splendid. Don't need earpieces. Excellent. Yeah, you have a pleasant lunch. And unless, is there anything you want to do or prepare prior to going on?
No.
Oh, splendid. Alrighty. In
I
which
guess
case,
I work up a sweat because it's the docks for later, so it's like I look like I've worked there.
Ah, okay. Sure. Yeah, you want to look like a stevedore.
Sure.
In which case, it might be a good idea to possibly disguise.
Oh no, I don't know disguise. I do like I effectively do like the unbuttoning of a shirt, and I think that's enough of a disguise.
Looks nothing like himself.
Yeah, undoes 2 buttons.
On
Good.
the other hand,
Good, right?
he does look like he moves crates for a living.
Yeah.
You need to mess up your hair a bit, mate.
Well, Bristlehorn goes out and
There you go.
flexes to work up
There
a
we go.
sweat. Does a bit of jogging on the spot.
I did it.
How does Freddy prepare to distract a whole bunch of guards?
I'm going to have costume change, mostly so that they don't think I'm the same person who they saw earlier. Part of the plan is that I don't know they're there. I've
Very
thought this
well.
through.
Okay, excellent. I'm excited.
Good.
I suppose since Catherine is gliding down from a roof, she's going to double check that everything is secure inside her robes
Very well.
and that she's not going to lose anything as she launches herself from a great height.
Well, how does Eli prepare?
He probably like wraps cloth around his feet so he's less loud.
Aw.
Adorable.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eli.
I have mental image of like a Care Bear, but dressed as a monk, like a battle monk, sort of Shaolin style Care Bear is what I'm imagining.
So adorable.
With a pickle jar.
With a pickle
I
jar.
must protect this sun bearer boy.
Sunbearably cute.
Eli's also just gonna like, whilst we're all preparing, he's just gonna do like a little gentle drum beat on his pickle jar and cast aid on everybody. So everyone's got 5 extra hit points. Just
Very well.
Aww.
How long does that last?
8 hours.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
I approve.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Catherine would notice him doing this and give him a slightly more approving look than she had previously been. Her opinion of him is improved.
As is
I
mine,
noticed that.
honestly.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Cool. Well, I will say that you guys get there about 15 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
am
ask
now
for
wearing a-
you- Oh yeah, sorry.
I have stowed my loot. I am now wearing a full black body stocking with head concealing garment.
Love it. Cool. So yeah, Bristlehorn has unbuttoned a shirt. Eli has wrapped his
And
feet
messed up my hair.
and messed up your hair. I do apologize.
Yeah.
The other three have gone to significantly more effort. Although actually Bristlehorn's was probably quite a lot of physical effort. All right. So yeah, you return. Can I get stealth checks again, please? Seeing as you are repeating, I will allow 2 people to have advantage.
Eli and Bristlehorn.
Whoever wants to, but you have to decide before you do it.
Good
Uh,
up, please.
Just my suggestion.
Who has the lowest stealth score? It's probably not me, so I'm good.
It's totally me.
Okay, Eli definitely.
And can I also cast guidance on myself?
Yeah, I'd allow it.
I have +2.
Can I
think you
give
need it, buddy.
Bristlehorn inspiration?
Catherine would not need to make this roll because she is coming in from a different angle and is therefore so far away that she would not be noticed.
Excellent.
Gotcha. I have inspiration? Is that what you
Yes, so
said?
that's a +8, plus 1d8.
D8.
rather.
Okay, here I go.
Inspiration. Very well. Yeah, roll them
Advantage,
gnomes.
please.
Eli.
And Josh,
Roll.
if you could roll for me.
Eli got an 8 with advantage.
Oh,
Plus
honey.
+1.
+1, 9. It's 10
It's not
minutes,
as
right?
bad as rolling 2 1s, Nikolai.
I will
Just letting
roll
you know.
extra,
How did
1d8.
Bristle do? Tavernish got a 15 on the dice.
Plus 11, so 26.
Very well. And
Oh, a bajillion.
Freddie, straight 20.
21.
And Bristlehorn,
15 plus 6, 21.
nice. 21, a 21, a 27, 26, 27?
26.
26, and a 9. I'm going to say that the 3 plus 20s, I feel like as soon as you guys notice that Eli is in no way quiet, that the hand wraps are actually making it harder for him to walk, and therefore he's banging his pickle jar semi-regularly, I feel like Tavernish and Bristlehorn just sort of pick him up between them and just sort of carry him after
and
that.
Bristlehorn, just me.
Can Bristlehorn carry him and I carry the jar?
Yeah. Keep him separate from the jar is probably the most sensible thing. Bristlehorn initially picks Eli up, and then the jar starts clanking against Bristlehorn's antlers, and then
No.
Tavernish
Hey,
takes
hey,
the
hey,
jar.
hey.
Oh, no.
That's,
There we
thank
go.
you. I'll take care of it. It's fine. You can
I
have it
like to
later.
picture Catherine up in the tree, about to ready to glide down. Just go,
What have you gotten yourself into this time, Catherine?
And I cast message at Catherine, and I transmit that audible sigh.
and Catherine says back, "Oh, come on, that was clumsy."
Very well. You get yourselves into a stealthy position. Tavernish, what sort of stealthy position do you get into? Saying you're sort of leading the group. There are several other rooftops and so forth that you could go to. You could hide behind an edge. You could. It is now coming up on dusk. It's actually getting dark.
There are a series of stacked crates at the underhang of a warehouse nearby, and I have clambered up 2 of them, and I'm sort of peeking briefly over the lip of a third, and I'm just scoping out, and then I'm ducking down, and my profile is just carefully boxed in.
Very well. Okay. Well, I suppose, Catherine, you can make a perception check. You have dark vision well enough to be able to see what's going on out here. The others can also make one to see what goes on.
Just a straight roll?
Yes. Unless you can think of a particularly good reason why you would have advantage.
Nope.
I only get a 7 for perception.
That's very well.
I'm too busy rolling my eyes.
You're also quite a bit further away from this than everybody else. Freddie got a 17, Bristlehorn a 16. From his position in Bristlehorn's antlers, Eli got a 24. So all of this is pretty good, and Tavernish got a 16 on the dice, so that's 18.
Plus 0.
All right, 16. So yeah, cool. You guys see about 15 minutes later, you guys see the delivery occur.
Oh.
It is a quartet of perch guard, dressed in uniform, each carrying a decent-sized travel pack. They come in from higher in the tree, sort of like they come down from a higher level. They glide in, and they are all bird folk, obviously, and they get to the front door. The guards appear to have been changed as well. One is still a Corvum, but it's a different guy. The other is there's now a raptor on the front door. Catherine, from the roof, you can see that the roof guard is now a Mapatch. And then there is the two casual guards are still in the same place, but they're different guys. One's a woman. Is a female Vulpin, and the last one would be a Luma, a sable Luma. So it's a pigeon folk. And they're all watching, but none of them seem to even really give these guys any notice at all. As they come up, they don't even and the perch guard, for their part, do not acknowledge the presence of these people. They just walk up. One of them produces a key from their pocket, opens the door opens the sort of the single size humanoid sized door, and enters. The 4 of them enter. They come out about 5 minutes later. And Freddie get 17. Freddie, you would notice that they are, and the reason you notice this is that they are acting like the packs are heavier than they were. Eli, you notice specifically that they do not give the key to anybody else, but that the door is relocked.
Who keeps the key on them?
As in the perch guard, when they leave, they take the key with them.
Ah, okay.
It is not necessarily, you don't necessarily know, none of you have ever seen any of the guards actually go inside, though occasionally one of the guards on the front door does do a loop. So, well, not a loop because you can't walk all the way around, but does do a sort of, they check down both side alleyways. But there's always at least one person on the door. They are spread about 30 feet apart, the 2 guys on the door, and they are about 30 feet away from each of the other 2 guys. The guys leave after about 5 minutes. They head straight off, pretending to carry these heavy packs, and they go down the road and out of the dock area. You can easily see them leave. Eli has a pretty good eyeline on them, and they actually swoop down to lower in the tree.
Okay, I'm gonna say to Tavernish. Did you catch that? They took the key with them. Those dudes don't even go inside. They can't even get inside. So if we were like to go from the top, they wouldn't be able to get in.
Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't.
And I point up at Catherine first, and I cast message. Did you see anything?
It's
Nothing.
a mappage. It's a mappage on the roof now.
It's a mappage on the roof now.
Not a problem. Just letting you know.
You have good night vision. Did you catch anything that we might not have?
I don't believe so.
Right. I'll just
DM?
check in. I'll just check in with Freddie. Unless the DM has.
Would you like me to roll for it to see if I've spotted anything?
Didn't you roll a perception already?
Oh yeah. I only got a 7, so
you rolled a 7. Yeah. You notice that the dude on the roof is now a Mapatch, and Mapatch have good night vision.
Okay. And I do the same, and I check in with Freddie. Freddie, you also have perspective. What did you see?
Has Freddie gone to a different place?
No, but I'm just checking in with everyone because we've got an hour to kill.
Yeah, sure.
Something strange about those backpacks. They're pretending that they're heavier than they actually are. I'm not sure why. It's very odd.
Eli said something strange. He said that they didn't even go inside.
Huh.
Did you see them go in? Did you see them swap anything out?
No.
You definitely saw the people go in. It's the guards don't go inside.
Yeah.
That's what Eli's meaning.
Oh, okay. So they went in, but they haven't actually got more with them than when they went in.
I would elaborate, Freddie. You could all tell that what they were carrying in their bags was heavy. The reason you can tell that is because when they flew in, they were dropping quite a bit faster than you normally would. They were flying like they were encumbered.
Right.
You know that 1,000 gold pieces is not a small amount of weight.
Okay. So that when they left, it looked like they dropped something off then.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good then. That's good. I don't see any problems. And I go back to Catherine. Catherine, you can still take out the Mapatch, yes?
Yes. He might see me coming, but hopefully not.
Then we should still be good to go.
All right. I'm going to jump cut forward an hour.
Can we get a wipe this time? A Star Wars wipe?
Yeah,
Star Wars
absolutely.
wipe?
And a musical sting.
Yeah. Hang on. I'll do a sting. I can do a sting.
I mess up my hair.
There you are.
I take out my hand mirror and I say, what would Wonder Woman do?
Very well. How
pants.
does the plan go?
Right. Friends, just wait until I'm good and loud before you get started, all right? I'll see you inside. And then I leave, but I don't just swoop down. I sort of make a lap so that no one can see me leaving where their hiding spot is.
Very well. So yeah, you do a loop of the block coming from the other direction. A new, fabulous, totally different peacock person. And these people are not the same as the ones you saw earlier, so they're not like, oh, there's a peacock person that we saw earlier.
Even more helpful.
That is quite useful. You go up and, you're walking along. I'm presuming Catherine is waiting until the others are distracted to launch her attack?
She's keeping an eye on Freddie from her vantage point. And once all eyes are turned, hopefully the Mapatch on the roof will also be distracted. And that's when she'll make her move. But if Freddie's really getting into it and the Mapatch still isn't being distracted, she's just going to go in stealthily and hope for the best.
Well,
I place a hand on Bristlehorn's shoulder and I cast invisibility.
Ooh, the horn is invisible. And now Eli is just floating.
And I give Eli inspiration.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Thanks for the comment.
I go, you can do this, Eli. What was before that wasn't you. This is you. This is your moment, Eli.
Where am I?
Feel that, man. I feel you believing in me.
I believe in you. And don't worry, Bristlehorn. You can't see yourself, but I can see you. I can see your ability. I can see your talent.
Who am I?
You've got this. You are Bristlehorn and you are mighty.
Okay. Yeah. This is Eli waddles in the air.
A momentary crisis of identity, and he's okay.
Hey, what's a heist without a momentary crisis of identity?
Exactly. Matt Damon does it in almost every ocean.
It is usually Matt Damon, yeah.
Alrighty,
But then
Freddy.
he just finds a mirror and goes, Matt Damon.
And then he was like, I fucking hate Trey Parker.
A tradition he continues in the Bourne movies, honestly.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty, Freddy, what do you do?
What Freddy is gonna do, I find a position that's a little ways away from the warehouse and in the view of as many guards as possible. Then I'm going to shrug off my black cloak, revealing a silver sequined leotard.
Amazing.
I'm going to cast dancing lights, and I'm going to start stretching and warming up my vocals. Ma, 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 ma.
Can
Sort
you
of
roll
hoping-
me this would be probably performance, let's be honest.
Yeah.
The performance starts before the performance. You gotta start the show before you've even set foot on the stage.
I'm hoping to possibly draw someone's attention.
Yeah, you definitely are. I get that. I understand. Come on, Freddy.
Okay.
Yeah, Freddy. A 19's pretty good. They are definitely looking at you. They're a bit that you can see a couple. Like one of them is like, oh hello. Like the Luma is the one sitting near you. He's this little guy. But he's just like, yeah, pretty. And this isn't means nothing by it. But what race are you?
I'm Gallus.
Cool. Alrighty, yeah. I just asked because, you know, for sexual attraction, that is important in this world. Because, like, not all bird folk don't just breed with other bird folk. It actually is sort of important racially. It's more like saying to a human being, hey, how about that lemur? You know, it's physically similar,
Fair.
but, you know, another human would go, yeah, no, that's not a human, that's a lemur.
If you really
that's
wanted
weird.
to mess with people at the zoo, you just go in and act like you're trying to work out which zoo animal you're into.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, how about that hyena?
Yeah,
Sounds
and
like
Would you tap it?
good minigame.
No, about those giraffes.
And with humble folk, it's even more so. It's like cats and dogs.
Like a
They're
drinking game
very
at a zoo.
different species. So, like, they can be friends. They can even like each other. They can totally get along. And, you know, the Congress is not impossible, but it's more like just attraction just doesn't often occur between species.
Do they have Congress? Are they democratic or are they sort of monarchical?
I'm not going to indulge this too much further. This
They
is still
are
a
not. That's
charity-
all that matters. We're
a
stealing.
charity stream. So yeah, I was basically just trying to determine, like, just for your own knowledge, there isn't a single person here who is physically into you, but they are very much like a hello though. This is still a pleasing sight to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
It's
yeah,
fine.
Aesthetically pleasing.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
fine. Wasn't the vibe I'm going for anyway. Did
Cool.
anyone talking to me?
Yeah, the Luma would get up and say, "Hello, darling."
Oh, hello.
Oh, classic opener.
I'm so sorry. I thought this area was abandoned. I just
Oh.
needed somewhere to practice my new performance, somewhere with relative dark and not many people.
Oh, right.
You know what?
Sorry, carry on.
Very Australian,
Since you're
that's
here,
right.
though, would you do me a favor? Would you mind watching my performance and giving me some feedback? And I'm going to cast suggestion for that.
Love it. Yeah, what? It's a wisdom save, I think.
Yes, wisdom save.
What's the DC?
15.
He actually rolled a nat 20.
Oh, motherfucker.
But the thing is, it's not an unreasonable request. And he's like, I mean, so whilst I would say the spell doesn't necessarily work, he's still like, yeah, all right, I guess. I mean, I'm no critic.
It is I think it works on a group of people, so maybe if anyone else is in earshot.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
There are 3 other people within easy earshot: a 4, a 2, and a fuck. Natural, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So, yeah.
worth
I am
every
min-maxing. I am min-maxing. I have rolled 2. The last 2 times I rolled were nat 20s. Then I rolled a 4, 2, and a 1.
That's exceptional.
Good
I just
rolling because they got a 20 to resist your performance check.
I just whisper to myself, "Dear gods, she is a queen."
She is queen. But the others are like, "Oh, we'll give you our opinions, darling."
Oh, thank you so much.
So yeah, the other 3 are very keen. Only the dude you were actually talking to managed to resist your advances.
It's fine.
Begin.
All right, I kick the dancing lights into overdrive. I fan out my glorious tail, and the lights sort of reflect on both my feathers and the sequined leotard as I start to sing a song that I will sing for you now. Uptown bird, she's been living on her uptown perch. I bet she's getting pretty bored up there. Not much to talk about with uptown birds. That's what I've heard. Etc.
The producer in me, the performer in me, adores what you are doing. The producer in me is saying, "Nah, this is." So we will stop you there.
That's fair.
It's maybe a parody. I don't know. We might.
I don't know what it was. Listen.
It's technically transformative media. It's fine.
Glorious is what it was. Roll me a performance check with advantage. Ready.
Oh, thank you.
Although if you don't give her advantage for that level of commitment.
Oh, I got a nat 20 and I had a 30 on performance, baby.
A natural 30. Look, I think that is entirely appropriate, and I'm going to say the map patch on the roof is like, the hell is going on down there? And is into it. Like the map patch on the roof is a girl, and she is into this. She is bobbing her head on. I was like, oh, I love this song. Yeah, go.
I am looking on, open-mouthed, and I cry a single awed tear.
I think at this point, Catherine, you can determine that you're probably a bit distracted by this yourself. Bristlehorn and Eli are like, his head is just above roof level. So he's just like,
bird.
Catherine, what do you do?
She is a goddess.
I am temporarily dazzled by the mind-blowing display of artistic skill and talent. My opinion of Freddie goes through the roof. And then I remember what I'm here for, and I quickly look over to the map patch on the roof to see if he is as blown away as I am.
He is blown away. She is, in fact, blown away.
Excellent. I engage stealth mode.
Stealth mode engaged.
And launch myself from the tree to glide down to the roof.
You are the aspect of death itself. You swoop, you store. I'm going to give you advantage on the stealth check, which you already have advantage on anyway because it's dark. Yeah, go for it.
Natural 20. She has inspired Catherine. She is like a shadow.
This is the dice agreeing.
This is pure Ocean's 11 right now. We are so good.
The music is pumping. So Catherine is feeling herself.
And Catherine, I'm going to give you, so this is definitely a solid surprise round. You were so, how are you taking this map patch out?
Right. So he's very distracted, isn't he?
Super distracted. Everybody, including the party, is distracted.
So could I get right up close to him?
Yeah, I'm feeling like you land on him.
Oh.
Unless you don't want to.
Oh my god, if I don't kill him in a single go.
I would definitely give you 2 rounds against this guy because of how distracted he is.
I land right behind him. Tap him on the shoulder, and the second he turns around, I cast Chill Touch.
Ooh. Very well. Yeah. You land and almost spin her around and Chill Touch.
Right round, baby. Right
round. Yeah, go for it. Make that attack
Does a 12 hit?
12 does not, but because this is a first strike, I will give you advantage on it.
Honest, yeah.
That's
She
very
doesn't
kind
know.
of you,
She
DM.
doesn't know.
Does a 13 hit?
No. Is the answer.
From glorious victory to crushing defeat.
I think part of the trick there is that Chill Touch is a ranged spell attack, I believe.
Yes.
It is, but it's not less effective if I do it close to someone.
But it's harder to hit because you're making a ranged attack at melee distance.
Are we just talking?
You get disadvantage. So that one definitely misses, I'm afraid. She does, however, you do, however, have another go because she's sort of like, huh? And sees you, and you have one more you have one more go before I'll give you another action before they get an action.
Can I ready, just because I do have an eye on the roof, right?
Yeah, you're watching, yeah.
Yeah, so I am, depending on how this pans out, I am readying the spell Silence
Nice.
to cast on them.
Very good. Catherine, I would also remind you that you have sneak attack.
If you
make a
somebody.
melee attack.
If I attack with my daggers, do I get an offhand attack as well?
Yes.
Seeing this map hatch's incredible resistance to magic, which immediately makes me suspicious, I whip my daggers out with a flourish, and I stabbity stab, stab, stab.
Please make a stab attack. This is really what you're built for anyway. Come on.
Yay! 23!
23. I will give you the sneak attack because this is definitely a sneak situation. So 1d4 plus 6 plus a d6 plus 3. 7
Okay,
plus
we got
6 plus a
7,
d6.
and then we'll add a d6.
Oh, first level rep.
That is 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. They're not dead, but they.
Oh no, they're
Plant
gonna
one
get me
in
offhand.
And then
the
your offhand weapon attack?
for a 21 also hits, yes. For another d4.
5.
For a further 5. Yeah. How do you do this, Catherine?
You know how they get the daggers out and they like spin them around their hands? Basically, she's gonna do the spinny thing to one side of the chest, other side of the chest.
Oh dear lord.
Ooh.
You aerate their chest, and they sort of, just gasping, unable to keep the air in their lungs, just sort of drop silently. Horrified.
I had my hand ready, and I lower my hand.
Yeah, good.
Shouldn't have resisted my spell, biatch.
At this point, Freddy is reaching the climax of their song. So now would be the time, Bristlehorn,
Eli,
Tavernish,
Bristle,
and Eli.
Go.
Horn God.
Let's go.
Hold on to my horn.
I follow about 40 feet behind them.
Very well.
And as I'm... Sorry, after you.
No, you carry on. I'm just going to want stealth checks. Both of them would have advantage.
All right. And
Bristlehorn would have advantage. Eli just gets a ludicrous addition to whatever he has. And then I would say in your black outfit, you would also get advantage, Tavernish.
all right. If you could roll that for me, and as I pass in front or behind them, but Freddie can see me because she's facing me, I would like to tip my cap and give her advantage on inspiration on her way in.
Eli, negative -2.
Really?
I don't think inspiration is there.
-2?
Okay.
And he is still being carried, isn't he?
I feel
Yeah,
like
but
it probably falls off, right?
Yeah, I think that's
No.
probably what happens.
My boy!
Eli falls off.
Tavernish,
Leg
you
it.
got an 8 on the dice with your advantage. It was a 4 and
So
an 8.
that's a 19 then.
Yeah, you're probably not being obvious. Eli has hit the ground quite
No.
obviously. What do you do?
Can I roll for notice? Do I notice he's not there anymore?
Bristlehorn, you would probably notice that Eli has fallen off your head.
Okay, great. I definitely turn around. No.
Okay.
Bristlehorn, you can make a dex save.
Oh, okay. Dex save.
Are they kind of clustered together?
Yeah, reasonably.
Eli's just gonna like fall on the ground.
Eli gets caught.
Oh, I get caught?
Yeah, Bristlehorn feels you falling off, turns around and just grabs you out of the air, tucks you under an arm, and keeps going.
Oh, Eli!
My
So
heart
Eli is now sort of
skips a
floating.
beat.
Wait, he was floating before. He's just floating in a different
But now
position.
he's floating, tucked under something's arm. All
If I,
four
like-
limbs just sort of hanging down.
If I give Eli a hug, is he sort of invisible? Because my hands are like.
No,
is that
it
how
just,
works? Or
he's,
is it
no.
see-through?
The thin air is just you're invisible. He is not. You're not an
Damn it.
invisibility cloak.
Damn it! I wish I was.
That would be a fun spell if you could like make yourself invisible and then you could extend it to other people by just wrapping yourself tenaciously around them.
But like,
Become a human invisibility backpack.
yeah, I carry Eli.
You do that.
I got you.
I will basically say that Bristlehorn's stealth check becomes Eli's stealth check. Pair of 19s. You get to the wall and.
Thanks, DM.
And I give Freddy a look of glowing adoration in passing.
Very well. I'm going to say that Freddy's performance is loud enough that climbing the roof poses no problem. Catherine is cleaning her blades off on the Mapatch's clothing.
Oh, and I check her pockets.
You do that. Please make me an investigation check. Freddy, your performance of Uptown Bird ends, and 15. Yeah. The guys are enraptured. The Luma's like, yeah, that was pretty good, darling. Well done. And the others are like, yeah. There's a small round of applause from like the three of them. The Luma doesn't clap, but the others do. So anyway, we should. Yeah, that was great. You were really great. We're actually. I know it doesn't look like it, but we're working. Would you It's this whole area is actually.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Private, you know. It was great.
Oh, I
meeting
didn't
you.
realize.
Really lovely. Yeah. Is there a place we can find you? Like, I'd like to come and see you perform again.
Oh, thank you. I'm a pretty regular performer down at the Hung, Drawn, and Quartered. If you want to come along, I'll buy you a drink. It'd be lovely.
Oh, cool. That's
Thank
a
you
great
so much
bar.
for indulging me. I'll leave you. It is, isn't it?
You leave.
All right.
Yep.
Goodbye. As soon as I'm out of sight, I start like stealthily but swiftly getting back to the spot.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yep.
You do that. So the other four are on the roof. It's probably going to take Freddy about 15 minutes to sort of loop around, go up a level, then drop down.
I tap Bristlehorn on the shoulder and point at the Mapatch lying in a pool of his own blood. Can you toss him off the tree? Just get rid of the evidence.
But there's still their guard round.
The answer is no, not really. Not if you're going to want to do that without anyone noticing a body falling.
Eli's gonna go over and see if they're like if this Mapatch is like dead, or like very badly almost dead.
Probably been dead for about a minute at this point.
Oh, no. I punctured both lungs. It's
Definitely like
gone.
mortally wounded at the very least. Catherine, you find in their pockets about half a dozen gold pieces, an extra dagger that's quite well made. You find that they were wearing armor underneath their clothing. They were wearing studded leather, as in underneath their cloak, but it wasn't immediately obvious. And you find a thieves' tools kit. Well,
Ooh, excellent. Pocket
you also find
that.
a small doll made of reeds that's been like woven. It's been scrounge crafted, you might say, into the shape of a Mapatch child.
I don't take that.
The obligatory guilt trip item.
Catherine feels no guilt.
Don't know what you're
Everyone
talking about.
involved's made their choices.
In fact, the thought of whatever child that belongs to crying fills you with a sensation of power.
Yeah, a lot of power for Catherine. All right.
Catherine's very drunk on power.
So you guys hang out on the roof for 15 minutes waiting for Freddy, or do you enter the building?
I would go and examine the skylight and see
Sure.
what is visible within.
Another investigation check, please. Unless Eli is helping, in which case we. Sorry, what's Eli doing?
Yeah, Eli will assist Catherine.
Then you
I
get
do-
help.
I'm not particularly watching, but I do the thing where I put my hands on the skylight and then I know my hands are there and I try and look through them and be tripped out about it.
Oh right, yeah.
Does the help action? Sorry, I can't remember. Is help action advantage or is it? Yeah. Okay.
But it's
Oh,
16
can I cast
is...
guidance as well?
You can.
Oh
but it's-
shoot!
Oh,
21.
stat.
Dirty 21 with
21.
with the help action.
you
Thanks,
are
Eli.
good.
Plus
so-
1d4.
Oh, good.
Kill it.
Eli and Catherine take a look through the skylight. You can see down into. Looks pretty dusty down there. The skylight certainly needs cleaning. In fact, it's actually quite difficult to see through because of how dusty it is. But yeah, you can make out with your dark vision, Catherine. You can see a dusty hallway beneath. From your position, you can't really make out any doors. But the corridor is about 5 foot wide. Although you are. So the building itself is about 120 feet long and about 50 foot wide. It is rectangular, and you're about a third of the way along it in the center of the roof. And you are looking down into a corridor, and you can see it heads laterally across the building where you're looking down.
I guess because it's
the roof
dusty.
is about 15-20 feet.
Because it's dusty as fuck, you also see just handprints.
Yeah, now.
I just realized you're trying to look through your hands that are currently invisible.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Just enjoying
oh my
it.
god, it's so weird. Yeah, I'm not watching anything in there.
Can I does the skylight have an opening? Can it be opened?
Yeah.
Like it has a
Oh.
latch.
Yeah. It is
I'm go-
locked, but
It is locked, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, with my newly acquired thieves tools, I'm gonna try and pick that lock while I'm waiting for Freddy to make it to the roof. I
Make
think.
a thieves tools a check.
How do what?
I believe it's just sleight of hand. Call it sleight
Oh,
of hand.
okay.
Could I guidance this? How okay are you with me just abusing the shit out of guidance?
Well, I just got a 22, so I think I'm
Okay.
good.
I have a problem
Yeah,
with it.
should be good.
Basically, anything that, if it's something you're preparing to do, I have no issue with it. If it's when it's in this, I don't like just spamming it.
Reaction.
Yeah, it's not a reaction. Yeah. 22, as long as you say it before the thing is actually rolled. 22 is plenty, however. Catherine, Tavernish, you watch as Catherine it's fast. 10 seconds tops. Gets out this newly acquired set she's never used before. Click, 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 and the lock falls off. And
Just quietly cast message. Mad respect, you're a capable lady.
And I'll think back. I did that even faster than I was expecting to.
it did glow very, very slightly beforehand, as in while Eli was looking at it, which may have helped. No, as in that was Eli.
Guidance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ardea.
Yeah. Ardea looks fondly upon this. I'm gonna sort of we will do another slow crossfade
Let's
to
do a shitty star wipe.
yeah.
Actually, can we do a 90s spinning flashback? You know.
Sure, we can do that.
The jump cuts get more and more elaborate as the
Yeah.
heist continues.
It's a Batman transition.
Oh, sorry. Here, try this.
Is there
That's a really
file?
long one. That's a scanner, apparently.
Oh,
Goes
we're
on a
gonna
while.
get found.
Yeah, it
Scanning a
does.
lot.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna jump ahead to Freddy. Freddy, you descend. Can I get a stealth check, please? And then we shall proceed indoors.
Stealth it up.
Oh,
They see me stealthing.
14. They do not see you stealthing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you swoop down onto the roof about 15 minutes later, charmingly disheveled and a little sweaty, but otherwise good. Yeah, have you changed outfits in this time? Or are you still in
I
the
put my
sparkly
cloak back
onesie?
on.
Okay.
The sparkles are somewhat concealed.
Okay. Very well.
Sparkling in the moonlight. Gorgeous.
You
were
guys,
fabulous, darling.
you
Thank you so
guys
much.
head inside, and I think we will take a quick breaklet there, just to refresh ourselves. Yes, what?
No,
Oh,
nothing.
okay, cool. Yes,
Nothing.
we will take a quick break, and we will be back in all of 5 minutes. Be right back with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out this evening. It's been an absolute pleasure having you guys in chat. Hope you're enjoying it. And yeah, we will be right back. Goodbye, everybody. That's the one.
Bye, everybody.
Blast and ahoy once again to ye mateys. Thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon in the in our 11 or so of our 48-hour charity idiocy. Yes, we are back on Roll for Damage. Thank you so much for coming along and helping support St. Jude's Childrens Research Hospital. It's incredible to have everybody here. Thank you so much for the $415 already raised towards our goal. We have some amazing sponsors and giveaways to give away, and we're going to talk about those amazing sponsors. Rhythm, who are Woodenforge and what do they do?
Well, you see, Josh, Woodenforge are makers of handcrafted, high-quality gaming paraphernalia, which tends to be made out of reclaimed wood, which is very nice and eco-friendly and lovely. I have my own case here, which happens to contain my own set of dice, which are extremely useful when your internet craps out and you're not able to use the online dice roller in the middle of a stream. And I happen to think that my Woodenforge dice container is incredibly sexy. It even has my name on it, Rhythm in the Mind, and it smells delicious.
And if anybody wants to purchase Woodenforge stuff, woodenforge.com, Humble3 might still get you a cheeky little discount. You cheeky little monkeys, you. Yeah. We have a wonderful giveaway from Woodenforge. They have donated an Adventurer's Pack, I believe, which is a pretty crazy gift. Dan, who the heck are... is it what, Dungeon Forge?
Dungeon Fog?
Dungeon Forge.
Dungeon Fog.
Who the heck are they?
That one. They are, well, their service anyway. I don't know the people that is like a cool map making site. Earlier this year, I think. Yeah, the year hasn't ended yet. I ran a game, Shore's Edge. All the maps there are used. We're done using Dungeon Fog, and it's super easy to do. It takes me, like, the learning curve is, like, not steep at all. I was, like, looking for map stuff, and Dungeon Fog was like, hey, what's up? Do you need to make maps in short notice? And I was like, oh my god, it's such a blessing. And yeah, especially if you know, like, for online tabletop role-playing games and you have, like, a grid and stuff, a la Roll20 or other services that you use, it's very easy to have it measured and pixelate. So yeah.
Easy. Thank you very much.
Really good.
Rachel, can you tell me a little bit about somebody else? Hero Forge, perhaps?
Guys, have you ever found yourself playing D&D and you thought, gee, this
Never.
unpainted
It's never
space
happened.
marine looks nothing like my half-elf warlock. I wish I could have a super customized mini that I could put all the features and weapons I like and paint up myself or not and make it super niche? Well, Hero Forge does exactly that. You can make your own custom minis and either just have the tokens or have them printed out and sent to you so you can paint them, and it's super cute. Mm-hmm.
This is very true. Yeah, check it out at heroforge.com. We also need to talk about Hit Point Press. Hit Point Press are the people who published the Humblewood book. that I run all my Humblewood games based on. I have now gone well out. I've run out of material in the book, and I've started making up my own bullshit. And the world that they've given me is so thoroughly fleshed out that I'm able to do that with relative ease. They have also put out a couple of cheeky free one-shots. There is Wakeworm's Fury that I'm currently in the midst of running with the Monsters and Magic crew, and there's a new one as well, which is set in the wider, it's set in the Tangle Wilds, in the wider Humblewood world of Everden, and it comes with a couple of pre-built characters, one of which is like an armadillo, or I believe. One is a lizard folk person that looks rather like a large gecko, and yeah, super cute. It's very, very exciting thing. They have donated a... oh, we've got another donation. Thank you so much. Excellent. Global Players United, thank you so much for the raid. Chuck them raid emotes up in chat if you got them. We got a humble folk. We've got a humble folk raid actually. We've got Arthur's goose raid there. Nikolai's other character. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. We are.
That 50 was you.
Yes, it was.
It's his birthday giveaway.
It's my birthday. Yeah. It's just.
He does Hobbit birthdays.
It's true.
Yeah. Guys.
It's actually for Rachel's birthday. Happy birthday, Rachel.
Happy birthday. I didn't know. What? Okay.
That's what you always wanted.
We have some incredible sponsors this evening as well. Another sponsor is World Anvil. They are a resource for DMs to store notes and world building assistance is provided by them. We have a link, an affiliate link, in the panels below. If you use that affiliate link at the moment, the money that we would normally make for Roll for Damage will instead be donated to St. Jude's as well. So it all goes to charity. Yeah. And that's the other thing. If you use that link there to the DM's Guild, Nova One, the channel runner of Roll for Damage, has got some stuff up on the DM's Guild at the moment, and if you purchase any of that, the proceeds will go straight to St. Jude's as well. So you can help any number of ways. Sneakla the Red Demon. Sneakla the Red Demon. Who is Sneakla the Red Demon? I appreciate that Sneakla is undivided. Cool.
Don't say it out loud too many times. It's making me nervous.
I made a point of not saying it a third time. So we are going to be sneaklaring our way into a building now. We are running a heist game in Humblewood Raiders. In my sneaklar is fashionable. We don't know that. Sneaklar appears to be very sneaky. So
is it sneaklar or snacklar? Like sneaky snack? I don't
know, and frankly, I'm not interested in learning to say it properly. We are going
Welcome
to
anyway.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Sneakler could be any of these things and more. We don't know, and that's the fun. So we are going to proceed now with the heist. This talented group of people are doing a heist game in the Humblewood, in the Alderheart, potentially stealing some misbegotten gold. So you have gotten into the warehouse. You are in a dusty corridor. The corridor is 5 foot wide and about 50 foot long. At the far end of it, T-junctions. You have come down off the roof, and you are about a third of the way along the corridor. At the far end, T-junctions. You can see a couple of rooms. There is a door leading towards the front door, but it's not. There is a room in between, at least. There is also a corridor that leads down to a bunch of other rooms.
I look Catherine in the eye, and I sort of do a silent gesture towards the runes, and I raise an eyebrow.
I would like to do an Arcana check on the runes.
Which rooms? Room, not rune.
Oh, okay. In that case, I would like to step forward.
There's also there is one other thing I didn't mention. There is a window into the there is. You can see when you come to the T-junction, on your right, there is a door that leads into a small room, which appears to be an entrance room. Sort of like it's 20 foot wide, it's a square 20 foot wide, and there is a window, so you can see into it. The window has horizontal blinds and is quite dusty. Looking in, you can see the front door, and a couple of chairs and a dead pot plant. On the windowsill is a couple of dead bees, and other than that, it appears deserted. There is, however, another door in there, off to the side. Other than that, the corridor features 3 other doors. So if you turn right, you get to the front door, and if you turn left, you get 3 other doors, one on either side of the corridor, and one further down at the end. The one on the right of the corridor, as you're looking down it, would lead to a room that the window that you saw outside entered into. It's quite small. You can determine that that all 3 rooms are different sizes. There is a large room, a small room, and a medium-sized room. The medium size is down the end. So the mummy bear room is down the far end of the corridor. The baby room is on the right, and the daddy bear room is on the left.
All right. If anyone sees a divination wizard, you tell me immediately.
How likely is that?
About 50-50.
Okay.
I'm so tempted to put him in just to fuck with you.
I have a feeling he might be trolling us.
This sky wall, dust, no dust.
Yeah, it's a good point. Let's check for dust stuff.
Yes, let's just find the least dusty place.
Make me an investigation check.
I'm glad to pass that idea on, because boy.
Can I aid someone to do their investigation check?
Perhaps aid Catherine, who has night vision.
I'll aid Catherine, yeah, 100%.
Oh.
I got 15 on the first roll. And 7 on the second, so we're going to go with 15.
The 15, yeah, Catherine, yeah, you can make out footprints in the dirt. It is noteworthy, the dust underneath you guys is pretty undisturbed, except for where you've gotten down, where you've landed. I'm not going to have made you roll for it. I assume there's a rope up to the roof, or some sort. It is a 20-foot climb to get up or down.
As much as I would probably be able to just like go on the ceiling, that's not viable for a quick escape for everyone. I'm feeling
that, but also I'm feeling like the way you climb is not like Spider-Man. You're like
No, I actually do that. Yeah.
Oh, do you Spider-Man?
Well, I actually like dig my
that's what I thought. Yeah.
I was imagining Wallace and Gromit the wrong trousers.
I enjoyed that mental image. I did have it earlier when you said he horizontally walks down the wall, but yeah, no. The core strength alone required to do that.
I work out.
Yeah, you do lift. Lift bears. So yeah, you do that. So yeah, the dust underneath you is not in any way disturbed, Catherine. However, there is a clearly someone has they come through the door from the waiting room, and proceed through down the corridor, and most of the footsteps do go to all 3 rooms, actually, not all 3 rooms. 2 of the rooms, the medium-sized room and the large room, both have lots of footprints to them. However, whilst they walk past the door to the small room, doesn't look like anybody goes into it. Or has for a while, anyway.
Interesting. Okay. I'll point this out to the others.
Interesting indeed.
Visible exclamation point, even though I'm invisible.
I think Bristlehorn has a quest for us.
You're so tall, it's actually banging on the ceiling.
Control your thought marks, man.
I put my exclamation point away.
Well, just for the sake of secrecy, shall we check the less traveled rooms first?
Yeah. Very well. Which rooms do you go into first? There is the mystery room that you don't know what it is, the waiting room, or the 3 storerooms, the baby, the middle, and the big.
Actually, Eli, you said you could locate items. Can you locate a bag containing 1,000 gold pieces?
Did I see the bag when they were unloading it?
No.
Dang. Well, like, I do need to be, like, familiar with it. So, like, I don't know what the bag looks like.
I pull out a gold piece and I say, imagine 1,000 of these.
I mean, I can give it a shot. Can I cast locate object with just like a high, like the object being a high concentration of gold?
I will require an Arcana check, but yes.
Yes.
Why not? -1, baby.
No, I'm afraid it like you can feel several large agglomerations of gold coins around you, but nothing. What's the range on it?
1,000 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There are probably 2-3 dozen sources of just piles of coins, but nothing specific enough to sort of. There, you don't get the feeling from any room in this building.
I don't get the feeling of gold from any room.
Not as in like you can envisage a pile of coins. You're not envisaging a pile of coins in any room in this building.
So no specific room in this building.
No.
Okay.
What if more place below?
I think it's open air below.
Is there any way to like think back to like my view of the building from outside and kind of think about whether it looked like it might have had like a basement level?
Yeah, you can do that. Make me a, I don't know, probably straight intelligence, to be honest.
Remembering I do have perfect recall.
That's true. In which case, yeah, you'd have advantage.
Dirty 20, baby.
Filthy 20.
Filthy,
Yeah.
filthy 20.
It's
scene 20.
If it does have a basement, it's into the tree. However, that's not uncommon at all. But yeah, physically it's not high enough off the ground to have any space underneath it unless the ground itself, and the ground being wood, has been dug out.
Right.
But that is not uncommon in the Older Heart. A lot of, like, good portion of the tree is hollow. The fact that it's still alive is bizarre, to be honest. A good portion, it's like Home Tree in Avatar. It's very much that sort of vibe. It's more like, yeah, but it's alive. Well, yeah, still standing.
While I have my locate object still concentrated on,
Sure.
Can I do a locate object on the perch guards like insignia?
Yeah.
Ooh.
As in one of the ones you saw?
Yeah, like just see if there's any around us.
Yeah, okay. That's neat. I like that. Yeah, there wouldn't be any within 1,000 feet.
Well, at least the perch guards cleared out, so we're good on that front.
Good to know. Good to know.
Wow, we have topped $515. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Amazing.
That is amazing.
Incredible. Yeah, we have a giveaway for this stream. It is a full copy of the Humblewood. It's the advanced reader copy of the Humblewood campaign. So you too can run a game in this. It's a hard copy of it. The book is beautiful, and it will fit right in with all of your other D&D source books. Mine is well thumbed. It's a really, really beautiful piece of writing, and they're putting together a second one now that is donated by the Hit Point Press to give away. How exciting! Everybody who donates in this stream goes into the running to win it, which is also pretty freaking cool.
All the artwork in that book is fucking gorgeous, by the
Yes.
way. Just
So pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. What really blew me away, however, is I've had two artists do Humblewood art for streams, and both Daria and Bripai both did an amazing job of getting that vibe. They don't and what's even cooler is that the art in there is by about a dozen different people. And there's just it's something about the Humblewood that sort of unifies artistic minds and sort of gets everybody on the same page. It's really, really pretty and cool. Anyway, sorry, let's get back to the adventure. So, yeah, no perch guard within 1,000 feet. You start with the least explored room. Is that the goal, the intention?
Yeah. Like the one that has the fewest footsteps going into it.
That would be
Is
the
there a way to,
smallest.
like- Is there a way to assess like the level of security on the different rooms?
Ooh, yeah.
Like, is there one that maybe I can sense a magical?
You can certainly do a sense for magic. Yes, absolutely. Arcana check.
Because I'm just like, if 13.
You do get a big magic vibe off the largest room.
Okay.
And the letter which you did read, Catherine, mentioned warding. And
Cool.
it's that it feels like that kind of thing. You actually like you actually feel like blocked. You feel like your magic is blocked by it.
Actually, feel a little embarrassed I didn't do this first.
And I
I will alert others that the largest room is giving off a very strong magical energy that's actually like blocking me, which feels very promising.
Which
I
would
go,
explain which might explain why you couldn't locate objects in it.
and I conjure.
Get rid of that. I can dispel that stuff.
Ooh.
Well, that's helpful.
My respect for you suddenly grows.
I look so vindicated, but I'm invisible, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. The empty air next to you, Tavernish, looks very proud of itself.
The exclamation mark above your head turns into a proud smiley face.
Yeah. Communicates exclusively in invisible emojis now. Yeah, sure.
That was always the case.
How do you proceed?
Well, I believe
well,
he's about
I
to
would
cast
like to-
dispel. Oh, sorry.
I was going to
Catherine.
examine the door specifically more closely.
It's not locked.
Oh,
It's made of
boy.
wood.
Suspicious.
That makes
Not
me very,
locked.
very suspicious.
They're not expecting anybody in here, so.
I would like to,
Yeah,
it's guarded on the
but-
outside, and it's fairly thoroughly guarded on the outside. I'm going to throw it over to Freddy, because Freddy hasn't said or done very much recently. Freddy, do you have anything to add to the situation?
Well, I would simply like to ask my craftiest friends, Catherine, Tavernish, if you were to hide something, where would you hide it?
Oh, in the
Crafty
magic,
as you are.
in the magically warded room in the middle of the strangely disguised as wood warehouse. Certainly.
Absolutely.
It's
Now,
just a case of whether this is an alarm ward or an explosive.
shall we ready ourselves, then dispel magic, being fully prepared for whatever that may mean before we go in?
Yes. Yes, I believe that's wise.
Thanks for the sub, babies here.
Indeed.
All right, let's all take a few steps back away from the door. Away from the door.
And I
Okay,
get
then.
in behind Bristlehorn, just so that he's body blocking for me.
Very well, yeah.
Eli, I have every confidence in you. You're going to do great.
You are going to do fantastically, and I cast
So Eli, you are
inspiration.
going to dispel you're going to cast dispel magic on the ward.
You do have inspiration now.
Everyone's got like such good vibes right now, and this like magic effect is harsh in it. So I'm gonna dispel that.
Sure.
Catherine, can you point me in the right direction of where this harsh vibe is? I'm not as good at picking this kind of stuff up.
I'll kind of hover my hands over the door until I feel the point where the magic is
It
feeling.
is imbued into the walls of the room. You can get to fully. The wall you were next to, in fact, probably the wall that Bristlehorn came down, was the wall to this room. It has been the corridor wall pretty much the entire time on your left.
Then you're here.
The warding is imbued into that wall.
Alrighty, let's dispel that baby. If it's higher, if it's like a spell that's higher than spell of 4th level or higher, I got to do an ability check.
4th level or higher, you say?
Yes.
The ability check being you need your casting ability.
Yeah. So I'll do wisdom. The DC's equal to 10 plus the spell's level.
In which case, yes, make a wisdom check. You would have inspiration.
Ah, sweet.
As in you have inspiration from Tavernish.
That'll be a 20.
20. Yeah, you succeed.
Nice.
Good job.
Neat.
I mean, that would have succeeded on anything. Yeah, you dispel the warding runes in the wall of the warehouse.
All right. Walls are like done. So, Catherine, if you want to like do another mind check of this place.
Oh, I will see if I'll do another Arcana check to see if I can still feel magical wards around me.
Sure, make an Arcana check to detect magical wards. You cannot detect any more, whether or not you and I would remind you, you think you've done a great job. But yeah, you cannot detect any more magical wards.
Would it have been like 10 minutes after I've cast my locate object, or would I still have concentration on that?
You would probably you were doing something else, but it didn't require concentration. So yeah, sure. Yeah.
Give it another go.
Give it another go. Make another Arcana check then to see if you can locate a specific. Can you describe to me what you're looking for? Because that's important to this.
Okay, I guess I'm looking for. Tavernish showed me a gold coin. I'm thinking of like a circular piece of metal that's gold and just like jumbled and stacked together
Loads
in like
of them.
in like a chest or a leather cloth wrap or something.
A chest or leather cloth full of gold coins. Make an Arcana check.
Cool. And I've got inspiration as well, so
Yeah.
I'll definitely use that. What is that? A D8?
It is.
Yep.
All right. That'll be an 18.
Ooh, yes. You pick up something, probably from where you are, about 60 feet away. Into the
60
big room.
Into the big room?
Yes.
It's totally in there.
Can you
I
point
know now.
towards it?
I was confused, but it's in there.
Can you point me to it?
Right there. Just
And
pointing at
I put my fingers to my temple and I actually summon my familiar in that direction because I can do it blind in a space within 30 feet. So I'm going to summon my familiar on the other side of the wall.
Yeah, you do that. Eustace pops into existence and drops to the floor inside a large open space. You get it from the tiny mouse's perspective. I really enjoy this because mice aren't a thing in the Humblewood. All the animal things are bugs.
In that case,
horrifying.
can it be a tiny Hiscalia?
Ooh, like a floaty.
Aw.
A teensy tiny Hiscalia.
I have no particular issue with that. Yeah. All right, fine. You have a tiny whale blimp.
It sounds much less cool when you say whale blimp.
Well, yeah.
However,
I like the way.
I don't know what
I
you mean.
really like the name I
That's
made up.
dope.
When it attempts to communicate,
Blimp
it does
whale.
say shukity.
Ooh, yes, it does. I am 100% on board with it now. Yes, absolutely. It is light green. It floats around. Its name is Eustace, and it goes chukity. Yeah.
Yep.
This thing, I now have a very clear mental image of what it is, and it might be a copyright infringement. It pops into existence. It goes chukity. And it floats around the room. It can't propel itself very quickly because it's a Hiscalia. But it floats in the middle of the room. Tavernish, seeing through Eustace's eyes, you can see a pile of boxes in the way. It's in floor-to-ceiling crates and barrels and stuff.
I try to say there's some crates in the way, but I just wind up saying shukity pa.
Looking back, I don't know. That's what you see looking in that direction. The rest of the room has no body standing in it.
It seems unguarded. There are some crates in the way, though. We might need some muscle.
I look around at no one in particular because I am invisible.
Do
If
that.
only we had a strong, powerful man with us. Let's go.
You open the door.
Shouldn't we wait for Bristlehorn?
We should, but there's no time.
Who am I?
If
While I
only he
check
was-
before I'm just gonna grab Fawkes before he opens the door. I'm just like, just give me a second. And I want to investigate the door for non-magical traps.
Do.
Like, if
Make
I
an
open it, is
investigation
it going to
check.
tug a string and a bucket of, bleach is going to fall on my head?
Bleach. I was going to go with burning tar, but yes, all right.
How did I keep it?
Something that'll still
What?
suck, but, won't kill me. I don't know.
Catherine,
19!
Can you describe to me how you would check this out? Like, what manner do you do this?
I think I would kind of, tap it with my claw.
Uh-huh.
Let's kind of listen to the noise.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you cannot discern anything on the far side of the door that would be dangerous or in any way entrapped.
All right. I think it's safe to open. But I step back, I don't open.
I think, yeah.
Well, if we want to be extra safe, why don't we all just step back and I can magic it open?
Will it make loud noise?
No. Well, it
Good,
shouldn't.
Good. Okay, good.
Okay. I cast Mage Hand and I open the door with that.
The door pushes inwards, and signally nothing explodes or anything else.
Oh, good.
Eustace floats out with a grin on his face.
Lookity. You do that. Do you go in?
What needs moving?
Yeah, I guess so. We'll go in.
Yeah.
All right, I just gesture at the crates. Wow, if only some big, strong, invisible man could lift these crates for us.
Like a really hard, flick to the forehead.
Again, this space is strangely empty. Actually, has the feeling more of a dojo than a storeroom. The floor is lightly padded across a good portion of it. It is 85 feet. It's 75 feet wide, as in long, and 30 feet wide. The floor is slightly padded. There are a couple of racks of practice weapons on the walls. Stranger still are the decorations. Painted on the wall is a highly detailed rendering of a huge serpentine form, its eyes flaring in anger, one green, one red. The mouth is open and roaring and positioned so that entering through the door would have you walking down its gullet.
How on fire is it?
As in, physically, actually, really? It's not at all, but it is, painted to look like a big red dragon, basically. It takes up about half the wall space of the whole room, and it's sort of, think Oriental style, long, thin, snaky dragon, not traditional Western, quite bulky, tanky dragon. Its body takes up fully half the wall space, two legs stand near the head, wends its way across the small inner wall, its wings flared, and along the outer wall, and the back legs are basically standing on top of the loading dock doors, which, now that you're inside, you can see are blocked with a whole big pile of crates and very firmly there's a bar across them preventing anybody from opening it, so it would have been really, really hard. The crates are stacked floor to ceiling along the rear wall.
Well, I appreciate the artistry, but I don't like the vibe that this dragon painted on the wall is giving me. Very ominous.
Yes,
very
nor the
threatening.
Nor the fact that this appears to be a place where combat is done regularly. That seems kind of low-key intimidating. Maybe we should.
I like that vibe.
Oh my goodness, was that was that Bristlehorn?
Yeah, I've been.
Where are you, my friend?
I have been here, right?
No, you haven't.
Roll for existential crisis.
I don't know, wisdom or con save. Thank you, Omi. Thank you, Vinesy. Thank you, BP's here. Thank you so much for those donations.
Thank you so much.
You bloody legends, you.
You are awesome people. He's so easy to fuck with, is Bristlehorn.
All right, Bristlehorn.
I try and reclaim a sense of control with my reality by seeing what can I move.
Very well. Yeah. So I will go.
Yourself.
I will go with a. I would say that lifting stuff constitutes an action. So picking up large amounts of things would break the invisibility. Yeah, make an investigation check on the boxes to determine where you want to start. Where would you start?
I'll point in the direction where I last sensed the locate.
About 2/3 of the way
Thanks,
along
Eli.
the wall. But Eli, you can tell that it's actually like quite deep into the pile of stuff.
Okay.
Like you would say it's about 10 foot further back than anything you can see.
It's like beyond what's in front of us. So we gotta like open our mind's eye and think deeper about this.
Oh no.
Or I could just climb the pile.
You could-
Oh, you can try that.
I might just climb the pile.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. Tavernish, make me a very low DC Dex check.
I roll a very low DC acrobatics check. That is a 12. My acrobatics is +8, so that's a dirty 20.
Filthy 20 to climb boxes. You do that. You get to the top. You basically, it's whether or not you do it quietly was really what I was determining, because I presume you are still trying to be a little bit quiet.
Yes.
When I say floor to ceiling, this is like a wall that has been built out of crates.
What the
Hmm.
fuck?
So this room might actually be a bit bigger than it looks like.
How long did it take them to deliver the thing on
They were
entry
in and out in under
leaving?
5 minutes.
How the fuck?
Huh.
And none of them looked sweaty. They looked a little tired from carrying heavy things, but they didn't look sweaty.
Well, there's something else in this room.
Hey, Catherine, could you check these crates for magic?
I was just thinking the same thing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else is welcome to make investigation checks in the room
Dirty
generally.
20.
Dirty
on that
20.
one.
Catherine, the magic, crates are not magic.
I'm
Hmm.
investigating for a secret door.
Same,
Freddy.
It's my nemesis.
Yeah, Freddy. Oh, Bristlehorn. I'm going to give this to Bristlehorn because Bristlehorn has had a similar experience before. Freddy, you... in fact, I'll give it to the two of you. Freddy, you're checking out the weapon racks. On one of the weapon racks, you find something a little odd. One of them has, in the center of it, above the wooden weapons held in the rack, is it's a square design, red, green, green, red, with gemstones, 2 emeralds and 2 rubies. And you've discovered that you don't actually fully depress it, but you do determine that they are buttons. Bristlehorn, you're checking out them boxes because you're like, okay, if this is a false wall, then surely some of these are. About half of them are full of stuff. The left-hand side of the room, everything on the left-hand side of the room, to about halfway across the room, is full of initially foodstuffs and perishable goods. Well, actually, sorry, not perishable goods. It's preserved foodstuffs like jerky and travel rations, hardtack, that sort of thing. But underneath those is weapons. Well-made, brand new weaponry. Probably enough to equip almost a company of soldiers. But it's been disguised. On the right-hand side of the room, however, all the crates are empty.
So hold up. This is a storeroom being used to supply soldiers' wages, soldiers' rations, and soldiers' arms and armor.
The rations are maybe incidental, because there's not nearly enough to feed a company of soldiers, but there is enough to arm.
All right, so just, yeah.
It's like a disguise.
Yeah.
I certainly don't like what's going on here.
Is it Coop?
I mean, this is supposedly a warehouse for the rangers, the local rangers, but my understanding was that this is money that's being diverted away from them, so I'm not sure why this is a storehouse full of weaponry.
This is not a storehouse for the local rangers.
Then
It's
this
just
is
a
very
random
creepy.
storehouse.
This is deeply creepy.
I smell Coopeta.
You what?
Coopeta.
I'm sorry?
I just angrily, just like, I don't know how else to say it.
Oh, are you trying to say coup d'etat?
I
Yes,
rapidly
yes.
point at no one. Yes.
We're on the same page, Bristlehorn, yes.
Freddie-
Distressing as that is, Catherine, could you come have a look at something I found? It might be more your area than mine.
Of course. And I'll glide over, road fluttering.
I start playing hot and cold with Eli for the coins. Am I getting warmer, Eli?
Warmer, cold.
Right.
Cold.
You are,
okay.
yeah. You determine that about a third of the way along so you determine that about a third of the way from the left-hand side, you are is basically where they are, but they're 10 feet further away from you. Catherine, make an Arcana check, I presume, on the buttons. Yeah.
14.
A 14. Catherine, you can determine that when you press, you have to press the right buttons. You figure that this is probably it's a trap door. If you press the wrong buttons, if you press 2 of these buttons, something will happen. Something magical will happen. Something will activate. But if you press 2 of the other buttons, you don't know. But you cannot, with that roll, determine which 2 buttons activate the magic.
Right.
Maybe Sherlock Holmes that's like, oh, which one has the most like indentations for the fingerprint?
They are gemstones, unfortunately. They don't really wear out.
Damn it.
All right. I will say to Freddy, pressing the correct combination of 2 buttons will open a door. However, I'm not sure which 2 buttons.
Huh.
Which is potentially problematic.
Yes.
Red.
Yes, push the red button.
Do the green bottom one.
There are 2 red and 2 green.
Put the candle.
It's not like that. It's not like that.
So we can just wing it. Or...
I want to look around the room and see if I can find anything else that's red or green, or anything in that like 4 pattern that might be a hint.
Make an investigation check.
The dragon's eyes.
Don't bother then. The dragon's eyes are red and green. The dragon's eyes are red, then green. Red on the left, green on the right. Which matches up with the top 2 of the gems. If that
the
is
right
what you
answer,
want.
though. And that's it, right? It's not like a symbol for the Perch Guard or anything. It's not like their shield is like.
This is nothing to do with anything. It's nothing to do with any iconography that you are aware of in the wood.
Okay. What do you think, Fred?
My instincts tell me green is open and red is closed. And the color of the dragon's eyes lines up with the top buttons. So my instincts tell me to press the green top button, but only if there's no other way that we can see to get where we need to be. Because I'm not terribly confident about this plan.
You said buttons open door.
You know what I find odd?
What if move?
This security system is worth far more than what it is protecting.
Unless there's something else in here as well.
Yes.
Which is a rather intriguing prospect.
And terrifying.
But potentially lucrative.
Again, if anyone sees a divination wizard.
I can spot a divination wizard on sight, I'm afraid.
You'll recognize him. He'll offer you tea.
Oh, that's always ominous.
It is.
Do you want me push red and green?
Could you wait until I leave the pile?
Valid.
In case button fire.
Can I
Yes.
do my little tap chat with my talon again? Like
Make an
I'm not
investigation
pressing
check.
the button,
Uh-huh.
but I'm just like do any of them feel like they have more resistance?
Okay. Investigation
Or
check.
make interesting noises. Oh, natural 20. Thank you. 22 total.
Catherine. Yes. The when you tap two of them, you can determine that two of them you can feel that maybe they're connected to something. In fact, well, all four are connected to something, but you feel that two of them are connected to something mechanical, two of them are connected to something not. Well, two of them are connected to something different than the other two. I should qualify, sorry. All four are connected to something mechanical. However, two of them are connected to... Yeah, the top two and the bottom two are connected to different things. And you feel like pressing the top two would have a different effect to pressing the bottom two.
So with the top two the mechanical ones or the bottom two?
Both are, sorry, all four are mechanical. But the top ones are also magical.
Oh. Oh no. Just out of
I relay
character,
this
I'm like,
information. So basically we can decide whether we want to hit the top button, the magical buttons, or the non-magical buttons. What's it to be?
It's a trap. Do we want to set it off?
It might not be a trap. Might just be a trigger.
Freddy said top buttons, dragon eye. Yes?
Yes, but perhaps that was.
No, wait. The top dragon magic fire.
Yes! Yes! You're so brilliant, Bristlehorn. The top ones are the trap. The bottom ones are the door.
Can
That
I
is-
insight this opinion?
Please.
No, not
please
really.
don't say
Not
Freddy.
really? No. Okay.
Catherine.
I mean, you can run it across your brain cells for whether or not it makes sense to you.
Yeah, okay.
That
Do I
suits me.
follow the logic?
Yeah, make an insight for that, I suppose.
Oh, sorry, I just hit the wrong one. There we go. 22.
The logic checks out as it's been relayed to you. Makes sense.
Unless anyone has a better plan, I say we press the bottom green button, but with mage hand from a distance,
Then-
just in case.
I
That
do have
said two button.
Yeah, we have to press two buttons. So I have mage hand as well. You take the bottom right button. I'll take the bottom left button.
Do we have 10 minutes to maybe have Catherine cast Identify?
I can only do that once.
Can't you do it as a ritual? Oh no, you're not a wizard.
No,
No, it's
sorcerers
a
can
spell.
ritual cast, can't they?
Well, it's
No.
not really a spell.
okay.
It's an ability I have.
Oh, that's true. She
Oh.
has a totally different thing. And yeah, you could
I have
just
a
do it.
I have appraising eye. It's an ability I can only use it once per long
Yeah.
or short rest.
You could
So-
do that.
So I could do it, but it means I can't do it again.
For half an hour.
No, for a full day. It
Until I
recharges
have a
on a
rest.
short rest. Yeah.
It's her ability.
Okay.
You should do
I will
it.
happily
think
let
it's
you do that.
pretty-
Basically, the only thing is that you would do is you would determine that the top ones are magical and activate something.
Oh.
That's all that
That's-
you would get from that
That's
info
not fair.
from that. Well, I sort of told you it now.
Well, you knew that already.
Yeah,
Look
which you
at-
already knew. So yeah.
You should just do bottom ones. Just do it.
Yeah.
do it.
All right. Everybody
Tear off
back
the
up. Everyone
Band-Aid.
back up. We pissed around long enough. Let's push some buttons.
I
Yes.
grab the gold if I can.
What gold?
What go?
The gold that Eli was hot and calling me towards.
Well,
that's,
yeah, but
that's beyond the wall.
yeah,
It's 10 feet away.
you could not get to it. The wall was in the way.
Okay.
This is
Um,
the whole problem.
I
this-
climb
this-
out. I climb out.
This trap door that you're about to figure out how to open.
Gold,
Yeah,
gold.
Hopefully.
All right. Everybody back up. We get
So-
our mage hands out.
Freddy and Catherine enact Bristlehorn's plan. You do this, and you press the bottom buttons, and you hear a click and then a loud sort of whoosh of air as fully half of the stack of boxes just hinges in towards you.
Holy shit, he was right.
And you can
Nailed
tell
it.
that,
Wonderful.
and now you can see inside, there is the space behind it was about 10 feet wide, has a chest in it, and next to a door.
I stare at my hands, questioning my own existence. Bristlehorn was right. Bristlehorn was right. Bristlehorn was right. He was right.
He's a smart cookie.
He's smarter than me.
You do that.
I'm gonna approach. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over to this chest door situation. Have a look.
Yeah, what do? You
Does
do that.
Josh, where is the link to donate?
Nathan Point Charity.
Oh, there we go.
Got it.
There we
Yeah.
go.
So many people slapped
We've
it
all
in.
just done it once. Sorry. There's the link for the donate about 5 times.
Thank you kindly, Eldritch Scribe.
I'm going to investigate the chest.
You do that. It is not open. Sorry, it's not locked. You open it. It contains 4 bags of gold, each about 250 pieces.
Are they loudly clinky?
They're fairly clean.
Cool.
Right.
Great. I was like, well, this would appear to be the gold, my friends.
Cool.
Indeed.
However, there's
after
a door
you.
there.
Oh.
It's worth noting this door is in the back wall of the warehouse that would have been up against tree trunk.
Oh.
Should we perhaps put the gold on the roof, ready for a quick getaway?
Or we could just take a bag each
We
and
could,
continue.
but they're clinky and we're stealthy.
Yes, but if we go through here and there's an easier exit, we don't want to have to circle back, find that dead map patch.
And
a
someone
whole
might
thing.
come on the roof and take the gold, and then this whole business has been a waste.
I
of
mean,
time.
that is true. That is true.
Mm.
Look, how about we open the door after we've examined it? Open the door, and then if we feel like stealth is required, then we can leave the gold here.
Yes, all right.
And if it's not, then we'll carry it with us. I do hate letting gold out of my sight, I must confess.
Mhm.
I'm going to Arcana check this new door.
It is warded.
Hey.
It's so heavily warded, I'm not even going to make you roll for it.
Right. Oh wow, this thing is radiating wards.
Like.
Let me do my thing.
Eli, you're up, and I give him another inspiration. How many do I have? I've done 4. I've done 4,
I think I
and
feel
I
like
have...
you've got about 4.
I also can do that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the
true.
same as your
Why
charisma mod, I think.
Why don't you take a run of one of them then, so that I have a couple left? Because I have
Eli.
5.
Mm-hmm. Eli, you are a brilliant spiritual bear, and your talents are beyond measure. I believe you can dispel these wards so brilliantly. I believe in you.
Oh my god, I love you guys because you're like the most wholesome group I've ever robbed something with.
Ah,
Aww.
I love you too, Eli.
I will do a wisdom check.
Very well.
9 plus.
Bardic inspiration.
You are feeling, add the bardic inspiration. Maybe 14. I'm afraid you this ward is resisting your dispelling.
It's too hard to move on.
You know what, Eli? That was a rough try, but I know you can do better. And I start massaging his shoulders.
Can I
Do it.
also Catherine?
Catherine?
Yeah, check the door for like non-magic stuff.
Oh, good call.
Yeah, I can do this like one more time.
I got a 6. So
You determine that it's locked as well.
Oh.
That's not a problem.
Not necessarily.
Do you want me to try and pick the lock first, and then you can try again?
Well, what if you pick the lock and it does something bad? Like, I don't know, explode or something.
That is a thing.
Mm.
Let me try it one more time.
Well, if you can only do it a few times, I also have that spell. I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to step on your toes. You did
No,
it so well before.
No, Freddie, you go ahead. I believe in you. I'm gonna give you guidance.
All this positive affirmation is kind of annoying Catherine a bit.
I shift my shoulder rub to Freddy.
Oh,
Sure.
all right.
Freddy, make an Arcana, a Wisdom check
With inspiration
Wisdom check.
with inspiration
and guidance.
and guidance.
There's an invisible sniffle on the side.
Oh no!
10
Oh, I thought that was a 1.
plus a D8
7.
and a D4.
Yeah.
It's a D8 and a D. Okay, hang on. D8.
Come on, big money.
Big money, no Miami's.
Yeah.
3 and a D4.
Yes.
Huh. Huh.
16. You feel the ward fade.
You got it. Yeah.
Nice one, Freddy. Nice one.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right. I'm going to try and pick the lock on the door.
please do. Sleight of hand.
Boom, boom, baby. 24.
Yeah. It yields to your lockpicking skills, your mad lockpicking skills, Catherine.
And she
I'm
did
gonna
need
just-
no support.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm doing a lot of magic in here, but you know.
Independent.
Turns
Lot
out
of-
dispel magic was the best spell we could have had. I'm going to give the handle just a little jiggle, just as one last check that turning the handle isn't going to make it explode.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
18.
Don't think so.
Okay. I'm going to turn the handle and open the door very carefully.
You find yourself in a wooden passageway. It is pitch black, and it leads down. As in, it sort of wends down.
Well, I can see in the darkness, so
Yes.
I'm going to cast dancing lights so that everyone can see.
So that everybody can. Yep. Very well, you do that.
I can't see myself.
Yeah, you haven't done an action, so you're just standing there
I've
invisible.
just been giving ideas.
I mean, look, they've been excellent ideas.
It's pretty smart.
Is it just me or does the air feel particularly burly right now?
So yeah, what come on guys. What are we doing?
We gotta go down.
we
right?
gotta
Yeah,
go
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Yeah, we do at this point.
Okay, fine. You head down. You go down. The staircase. It becomes the corridor trends down and then becomes a staircase that does a couple of loops of spiral down, and then you find yourself in an office of all things.
Oh.
It seems to be sort of an office style situation. The room is clearly fairly regularly in use. There is a desk with a worn but comfortable looking chair behind it. There are no windows, obviously. The walls and everything are wooden. There is a ratty carpet. There is a watch schedule on one wall with names and times. Several oil lamps which are mounted on the walls but not lit, and a bookcase which houses mostly sheafs of paper rather than books. There is a door at the far end. Like, there isn't a door on the way in, but there is to get out that seems to go further in.
Is that door magical?
Anybody is welcome to check. Because Freddy could tell. I mean, Tavernish is fairly magical himself. He could probably detect it. He's not the specialist, but yeah. Eli or basically all of you except Bristlehorn could probably tell.
I'll
Can
go
I-
Arcana check it. It seems to be my bag in this game. I'm okay with that.
Bristlehorn, can you make me an investigation check, please?
That's my
yeah.
worst Arcana yet. 10.
Does not appear to be magical.
13.
Bristlehorn. Sorry, yep.
Oh, I was going to say something unrelated.
Okay, Bristlehorn, on the desk you find an out and an in tray, and in the out tray you find a letter. It's basically just a piece of paper folded in half. It has yet to be sealed, but there is a wax and seal combo next to it, waiting to be done. Would you read said letter?
Yeah, I'm bored.
Okay. Yeah. So this letter is floating in the middle of the air. It is addressed to somebody called Scops. And the letter says, Scops, got trouble coming your way. Be ready for it this time. Leave no survivors or the deal is off.
Well, I say out loud.
Oh, but Catherine doesn't know, but Karen does. Is there any way to tell whose office this is? Is there like is there like a name plaque on the desk, for example?
No. Definitely not that. You can investigate to see if you can determine sort of the ownership.
ATM. I am a sailor.
Yes.
You are?
Are you?
He has
Okay.
Actually a sailor. So can I roll?
Have you heard of Scops? Yeah.
What's that?
History check.
History. Yeah.
Come on, Bristlehorn.
No, 9.
No, unfortunately, no. In the time, Bristlehorn is a fairly young man, and while he was a sailor, Scops was not menacing this coast. So no, you do not know who Scops is, I'm afraid. It just never came up.
I want to look at the watch schedule and see if I can figure out the next time the guards change over.
You probably got about 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they'll know the roof dude.
All right, friends. The watch changes over in 20 minutes. So they'll find that dead body then. We should probably hurry.
Let's try and keep a pace.
Can I do a generalized arcana check to kind of see if I'm getting like a magical animation from anything? Is animation a word?
Emanation.
Emanation is, yeah.
Okay, cool, great. I didn't make up a word.
Go for it.
Boom,
I
bam,
showed
baby.
the letter to
21.
everyone who's not
21.
Ooh, yes.
You do that. 21 is pretty good. Nothing in here appears to be emanating anything magical, I'm afraid, Catherine.
Right. Can I go through the desk drawers for valuables?
I will say somebody else can do that. Eli hasn't done anything in a while, so he could have a quick investigation of the desk drawers.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Or Tavernish, either one of you. You could both do it. Who knows?
I'll help Tavernish.
Eli, if you're going to do that, Catherine, could you come with me and have a look at this door? If we've only got 20 minutes, we should probably move.
Right.
Yeah.
I go to look at the door.
Eli, investigate. Eli, yeah, you cannot find it. And I acknowledge that your roll was fairly low, but it's still like important to note that there does not appear to be. It almost feels like somebody has made specific effort not to leave any traces of who they are.
It's just a bunch of like vellum parchment here, but no names.
Does any of it have writing on it at all?
No. Most of it is clear. There are a few like requisition orders and stuff. It looks vaguely military. You would not be experienced enough in anything like that to tell. But it's not... There is no sort of mention of organization in it. As in like names of organization. Names are very deliberately not mentioned.
Eli, draw a pickle jar on it.
Wouldn't that be like leaving behind a trace? I'm down for it.
Don't sign it, just draw a pickle jar.
All right.
On what?
On one of the parchments.
Sure, you draw a pickle jar.
Yeah.
I put the letter back after I showed it to everyone. Just
cool. Thank you. Yeah. Very nice. Cool. Do you proceed further in, or do you go back the way you came to make it back before the guards rotate?
What the fuck's the money?
Look, if
you've got the money.
We have the money.
If we need to make a
right?
escape, yes, we do have the money. If we need to make a quick escape, I'd say we go for 15 more minutes, then double back to the ceiling, then just jump off the roof. I know Featherfall, we can just drop.
No, you can't, because you will. A, you'll be seen, and B, it's a really broad branch. You can't just ditch it. The whole area is ground level, basically. You can't just jump off the roof and fly.
Oh, I thought we were on like a dock that was built to be flown up alongside.
No,
this is the warehouse.
This is a warehouse district next to the docks. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, consider the ground to be solid, not permeable.
Right.
Which is the problem with throwing the map patch off the roof as well. Same problem.
I thought that was just a visibility thing.
And getting back out of here will probably take about 10 minutes to do it quietly.
All right.
My question to you guys is, proceeding down, you've got what you came for, is the thing.
Mhm.
Well,
At this point, you're being nosy.
But it's so easy.
It's juicy.
The trouble is, Josh, you've gone and thrown out a thing that Nikolai and I would very much like to know more about.
And
Sure.
Our
Tavernish-
characters don't know that.
But would Catherine or Eli give a damn about what's down here? Is the real
That-
question I'm asking.
Tavernish feels a certain level of moral responsibility for the crime that he has walked into mid-crime.
Yeah.
Like,
We're running out of time. Maybe we should stage a hasty retreat before we get busted.
Yes.
yes.
Well, I mean,
Maybe one more room.
Well, I mean, like,
Mm,
if this is a shady, like, secret organization, like, you know, like Triangle folk, then I think we should dip.
Triangle folk.
yeah.
You've heard this, like, the theories, right?
No.
Oh,
If I
the
said yes,
theories
would you still
are
not?
doing.
Would you still explain?
We should just, like, dip, though.
Yeah, we would
Mm.
leave.
Tell us
So-
over dinner later. Let's get out of here before we
Yeah,
get
that's-
caught.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
We leave.
You retreat. You
retreat.
head back up. Just one last question. How do you get quietly off the roof?
I'm gonna Misty Step.
Solid plan.
I'm invisible.
I can Misty Step as well.
All right, two of you Misty Step, one of you's invisible, and the other two are, one is wearing a spangly leotard, and the third is very dark.
Oh, I love the mental image that Freddie's been doing this whole thing in his sparkly leotard.
Freddie, if we wait for Bristlehorn to get out of range, I can just make you invisible and then sneak out myself.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
You do
Bristlehorn,
that. You're
you
all
have-
so quiet and stealthy, I just allow this. Getting away is always the easy bit. Well done, congratulations. You completely managed to subvert my dragon. So I think
Is that what we would have
serpent
triggered if we
brain.
pushed the other buttons?
we'll leave it there.
You tease. We
Yeah.
could afford a dragon?
Yeah, you could afford a dragon. This was the music for it as well. Like a dead set, I was planning it.
I didn't get the opportunity to say, but I was actually going to grab the drawing of the pickle jar on the way out.
Okay, you do that. Yeah, cool.
Big servant brain.
So, yeah, I'm gonna... right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll wrap it all up there. Thank everybody for watching and playing. First of all, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure having you. We're great fun. I hope everybody in chat agrees. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us this evening. We are going to do a quick round of favorite moments because I really enjoy doing it. So think of a couple of favorite moments for everybody, guys. We'll go around the table, and don't worry about stepping on too many toes. I'm sure we can think of enough to go around. So, who wants to go first with their couple of favorite moments from the session? If everybody in chat, if you have favorite moments as well, please chuck them up. We love to see it. What you reckon as well?
Freddie's performance, Bristlehorn questioning his own identity,
Both
and
great.
Catherine stabbing a dude in the lungs.
Yeah. Oh my God! You stabbed my lungs. Yeah.
I didn't
Excellent
succumb
work.
to my spell. What else was I supposed to do?
Ah, you're killing me. Ah, you're killing me.
Oh, you're killing me. Yeah. Love it.
I loved Eli just having the good vibes where we were just like, "You're the best." No, you're the best. That was
cute.
precious.
Right.
I
That's
also
why.
loved.
That's why you travel with bards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
I also
really
loved Catherine getting annoyed at that. That was very funny.
Yeah, that was
like, oh, I'm
So
surrounded by
Catalina.
idiots.
So very Catalina.
Oh,
I
very
love
Catalina.
Freddie's pitch of herself. It's like, what skills do you have? Well, let me tell you all about me.
Oh,
Just
finally, I
sounds
get to
cool.
talk about me.
And
I had a couple of favorite. Oh, sorry, carry on.
Oh, and Tavernish's responds to, what skills are you requiring? Larceny. Grand larceny.
Grand larceny. I really enjoyed Tavernish and how well you played the Danny Ocean. That was really, really cool. I was really down for that. I also enjoyed Bristlehorn. I like props to Dan for being able to convey a monosyllabic character having good ideas and just not being particularly good at putting them forward. This was an interesting one. An awful lot of you didn't get to do the thing that you were primarily good at. Like Bristlehorn, once again, doesn't get to lift shit.
Fine, I got to lift the first time.
Yeah, he's essentially a spider climb machine. And Catherine,
he did carry a bear up a wall.
Yeah, and I'm pretty confident Catherine did not cast a spell.
I didn't. I have all my spell slots.
Well,
You
not
successfully. You missed with a cantrip once.
Yes.
And,
well, technically, I used Misty Step to get off the roof, but we didn't roleplay that.
You did do that. I really enjoy that she's 5 levels of sorcerer and 1 of rogue, and she did a shit ton of roguing.
Just rogued all over that bad boy.
I mean, you did also the Arcana stuff. You Arcana the heck out of a lot of stuff.
Yes, I did all the magical sensing and then just stepped back and said, "Well, you're going to deal with this, right? You do this."
Anyway, any more favorite moments before we proceed? Dan.
Yes, I haven't gone. Aside from self-tooting, big brain, serving big brain. I think it got tucked under the radar, but Nikolai saying in response to, if you were hiding something, where would you hide it? Pickle jar.
I missed that. That's great. Pickle jar. Definitely pickle jar.
It was just straight away. I was like, oh, okay. And of course, Rachel's performance with Uptown Bird.
I want the full lyrics of Uptown Bird.
Oh, great.
Putting in a request. I want the full version.
So tempted to do backing vocals.
Yeah. Tavernish's recruitment of everybody was great.
I do enjoy how he just kind of was like, you see him leaning against.
the crossfades and cuts from everybody.
Yes.
This was a joy to work with you all. It was a genuine pleasure DMing for you.
What brought me great joy was watching Eli and Freddie do dispel magic and going, I have that spell too.
I love how Freddie was just like, oh, I have that spell too. I just didn't want to I didn't want to step on your toes, because you did it so well. I didn't want to be like, well, I can do it. It was just lovely.
Just found your niche.
I like that Freddie's a diva, but she's not a bitch.
Yeah.
Everybody's deserves some time in the spotlight.
Yeah. I like the drumming circle stuff from Eli as well. Eli just a sweetie.
That made Tavernish so angry.
A hippie, but not irritating. Probably a bit bothersome to hang out with long term, but yeah, nice enough, dude. Generally lovely people. And we are at nearly 550 gold pieces raised for charity. Amazing.
Wow.
Cool. Thank you so much, chat. 62 people. Amazing. Thank you so much for our raids. So we're going to talk about ourselves for a minute, spruik our own shit. Then we're going to talk about our amazing sponsors. So guys, Rachel, tell me who the absolute heck you are.
Hello, my name is Rachel Fawkes. I'm an actor, writer, and creative trash at large. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Rachel Fawkes, and you can find the book that I wrote, The Rings of Mars, right here on this very internet. It's a sci-fi adventure type thing. They're trying to get to Mars, but things go badly. Check it out.
Rachel is also in a Fringe show.
I am in a Fringe show.
Beatlock Girls, check it out at Fringe this year. We also have a couple of favorite Omi moments. Favorite Freddy, their outfit changes. Favorite Eli, just loving the vibes. We can always rely on Omi for our favorite moments. Thank you, Omi. Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. And I also love that Omi also stuck to 2 faves. Nelderberry, going to see Beatlock Girls at Fringe. Hell yeah.
Do it.
Nikolai, who the absolute heck are you?
Hi, I'm Heckin' Nikolai. I'm or Cossack Nico in chat. I'm just a role player dude that hangs around between over here on Roll for Damage and on Corsair's Cove. So if you want more of me, head over Thursday nights, 8 p.m. AWST for Humblewood of Monsters and Magic.
Yes. Where we will find out who that Scops person is, because Scops is important. I'm really glad you found the office. I'm really glad you found that.
It's like my favorite and least favorite DM moment because I like I feel like I was so close to answers, but character-wise, I just didn't want to look for them. Catherine doesn't care.
Yeah.
Karen really wants to know. You bastard.
I
Yeah, it's
gambled for extra knowledge, but no, that was not meant to be.
No, sorry. I mean, yeah, it would have really just enlightened about what we already know about Scops. It wouldn't actually have added anything up. Cool.
Okay.
Right. Dan, who the heck are you? Happy
it's
birthday.
me. It's not my birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday anyway, though. You deserve it.
If you think it's my birthday, donate. I am Dan in the beat space, D-Rep in the cyberspace. You can find me just like that on Twitch or on the Discord. The next two things, I'm back tomorrow for some more charity goodness with most people on here.
About half of us, yeah.
Around half of us. That's a big percentage.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's at 9 p.m. Australian Western Standard Time and whatever that is in Eastern Standard Time for you American
9 would
friends.
be midnight. Would be about I think 10 in the morning for the Americans.
10 in the morning Eastern?
I believe so. Yeah.
Look, I'll update
Too many time
the
zones.
chat. Too many time zones. Time is relative. And the second thing, the second most recent or most recent coming. Oh, too much Bristol Thorn for one
The
day.
future past.
in the future past is the Avatar game that I'm in on Corsair's Cove this coming Wednesday.
Speaking of the Avatar game, Rhythm, who the heck are you?
I the heck am Rhythm in the Mind. I also am a writer. You can find the book What I Wrote over at touchwebserial.com. It is a urban fantasy psychology story dealing with trauma and recovery and, the science of getting better after something terrible has happened in your life. I am also DMing Avatar, the family we made with D-Rab over at Corsair's Cove this coming Wednesday. Other than that, I chill in the Discords.
Yeah.
I cannot be found in Meat Space. I am a hermit.
Discord. So there is the Discord link. If you head on over to the Discord link and you have donated to today, you go into the running to win. Rather you get something free straight off the bat. We have to give away. Everybody who donates can go over to the Roll for Damage Discord, and you head on over to the Hall of Fame St. Jude charity stream thing. Everybody who donates is welcome to claim a Hit Point Presses Big Bad Booklet Schooler, which is everybody gets a copy of that just for donating. So that's amazing straight off the bat. If you have donated, please head on over to the Roll for Damage Discord. I put the link in chat, and yeah, you can just go to the Hall of Fame, put your name in, and we will get that sent out to you, which is pretty sick. Alrighty, sorry. Now we need to talk about Karen.
Hi, I'm Karen. I am a performer, a writer. I do many things. I am, in fact, an art slut. You can follow me on Twitter at Mother O'Bunnies. You can follow me on Instagram as my Bella's alter ego, Miss Lola Moore, who occasionally gets up to crazy shit too. You can also listen to my lovely voice in the D&D 5e podcast, There Be Dragons, found where all good podcasts are. We just dropped a new ep. It's loads of fun. We go completely off the tracks because one of the characters wanted to steal some boots. I mean, a fridge show,
Angela.
like, is there
It was
thing?
Abella.
It was Abella. It was definitely Abella. I'm doing loads of streaming in the next few weeks in the lead up to Christmas, which is amazing. I will be on Corsair's Cove on Thursday nights for Humblewood of Monsters and Magic. I will also be in the 2-part Monday campaign, which is the Humblewood crossover, where Of Monsters and Magic meets Flocks of Fire together on Monday nights. Not this Monday, it's not the Monday after that. I'll be in that. I'm also doing a Christmas one-shot on Corsair's Cove, not this coming Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. and I am doing the Hunt for the Blood Mage on AJ Winter's new channel, Winter's Tales, which is a throwback to the Academy of Xandar campaign. V is going to get her peeps together and hunt a blood mage, which is going to be pretty rad. So much to happen. So exciting. This has been so much fun. I love playing Catherine.
Already cool. Sick. Very well. Ladies and gentlemen, Madame and Monsieur and Dama and Heron and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate, and it's been my immense pleasure to be your storyteller and humble DM for this evening. If you enjoyed my face and voice tonight, you can find me in Paparotica at Fringe World and generally infesting the art scene in Perth. I too could be described as an art slut / creative trash. You can also find me on my own channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run a whole bunch of shit. And I do most of the things that everybody else has already mentioned. I am not involved in the Avatar thing, but I am the producer of it, so it's sort of my bag. Alternatively, if you like the majestic voice but you think I could stand to tone the face down a bit, you can find me in the There Be Dragons crew. We're a 5e D&D podcast in a fantasy gunpowder setting where I play the infamous and deadly pirate, again, Felspar. And I did the finger exactly 4 down because I knew he likes it when I do that. The
More
Abaddon
of an
crew,
AJ thing, but
I know. Well, look, I do it to make you happy. Yeah. So in the next few days, we have in the next couple of days we have loads of more amazing games, all to support St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Half of us will be appearing at least one more time during that time. I will be in a quest game run by Kevin from Dirty 20 Gaming, which I'm super psyched for because almost everybody in it was in the last quest game that Sean ran, and it was possibly my favorite D&D, favorite roleplay experience ever. And that's a high bar. This evening was another one. Then I get to play with Des from the Eldritch Scribe. They're running a game as well with a bunch of Eldritch Scribe peeps, including Dario, who's one of my favorite human beings in the world. And Nate Nelderberry, our very own Nelderberry in chat from Wooten Forge, will also be running a game with me, Dan and Rach, plus Mitch and Axel Bebbington. Basically the whole Humblewood crew and Axel, but sadly minus AJ, will be there for that. Sean, Kelsey, Shelby, Yarrow will all be running games. And up next, I think it's going to be Jenny B running more D&D. It's going to be huge. It's all for a great cause. We've already raised over half of our goal, but we can pound it straight through that, guys. We've only been going for 12 hours so far. We can do better. Let's do better. You guys have been amazing, and your support always just makes me blush. So, we need to talk about our sponsors very, very quickly. We have Hero Forge. Rachel, tell me about Hero Forge.
Hero Forge is great because who hasn't wanted a tiny little figure of the character they're playing? You can make a custom little mini, paint it up yourself. It's wonderful. That's what they do.
That is what they do. Dan, tell me about Dungeon Fog.
Well, Dungeon Fog, excellent map making tool, very easy to use. The difficulty, like learning curve is like not at all. I had to do stuff for sure. That's it. Yeah, check it out.
Amazing. Karen, do you want to take a stab at telling us about the Hit Point Press?
No.
Well.
I feel like I would do it very badly.
The Hit Point Press are some of my favorite people. They do incredible creative work. They are the people behind the Fool's Gold book that is just coming out now. It's recently successfully kickstarted for like over $2 million, I think it was. Ridiculous amount of money. Humblewood is also there. They also helped the Deck of Many create that. And they have donated a prize for us to give away today. We will be giving away a copy of the Humblewood book. An advanced copy of the Humblewood book will be sent out to somebody who helped in stream. They are amazing people and incredibly supportive of everything we do here. Who else have we got? Karen, can you tell me about Wooten Forge, maybe?
Yes, I can.
There you go.
Because I can't forget what they do because it's right in front of me. Wooten Forge are Perth-based. They make beautiful wooden tabletop gaming accessories. A lot of us have their amazing dice boxes, which are super beautiful. They always smell really freaking great. They also do like DM screens. They will laser engrave a freaking notebook cover for you. They've just started doing pens, which are gorgeous. And they're just such lovely people, and they're so talented. And you should go look at their stuff and just be like, oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's real nice. And you can. We're not sure if it's still working, but there was a code Humble3 that gave you a little discount. So chuck it in when you go to check out. See if it still works. because technically that campaign's finished, but the code might still be good. You never know if you do not try, and you should try because their stuff is very excellent.
Very well, and they have also donated prizes to be giving away. In the center of the screen is the logos and names of all the people who are going to be involved in this charity stream. Nova has brought together an enormous amount of streamers and creative talent and donors to make this an enormous 48-hour stream. We're like in awe. Hats off to Nova. Well done to you, sir. I believe he's getting some well-deserved sleep. But he will be playing in Jenny B's game in just a minute. So, guys, we're going to go, and I'm going to run a little break, a little ad for us now. The ad tells you all about all the people who are supporting the stream, and then we will be gone for like five minutes-ish, probably less, probably only a couple of minutes. We're going to try and keep it as short as possible. So please stick around for Nova 1 and Jenny B and their crew, who for the next 4-hour D&D game in this monstrous thing that we are doing. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to go away from here now, and I'm going to key up that advert. So, thank you so much. We'll be right back. Roll for Damage will be right back. Stick around. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you everybody for being with us tonight, and thank you everybody for supporting